Chapter 971. Crushing Geniuses. After Zhang Yunping finished, he saw everyone's envious expression and his face became filled with pride. He walked towards Yi Yaoshua and proudly said, "Junior sister, did you see? Right now I'm so powerful. If I can become peak martial emperor, I will surely have 60 dragon power." Yi Yaoshua disdainfully glared at him but did not say anything. Because Zhang Yunping injured Qin Yun before, she doesn't want to pay attention to Zhang Yunping, she even wants to punch him. Seeing Yi Yaoshua's attitude, Zhang Yunping became very angry and roared, "Yi Yaoshua, you are just a mid-stage martial emperor, why are you showing off in front of me? Just wait for me, I will challenge you very soon, I will defeat you and become ranked 10th on the martial emperor ranking. You only had 18 dragon power before, you can defeat most of the peak martial emperors because they let you win. 18 dragon power? I just became a mid-stage martial emperor and now I am about to become late-stage martial emperor." Yi Yaoshua said with sneer, "You are saying that all the peak martial emperors let me win? Do you know how many peak martial emperors were seriously injured by me? Are they all idiots?" Yi Yaoshua is not a bit afraid of Zhang Yunping, she mocked. "The reason you are ranked 11th is because others let you win." Zhang Yunping is extremely angry, but he can only hold it in. He looked at Qin Yun, a ruthless ominous glint flashed through his eyes and said, "Yi Yaoshua, you brought this martial king to participate in the competition, you will regret it. Because during the competition, 2 people are required to work together, and he simply can't pass the test of strength. If you did not injure him, he would have definitely passed." Yi Yaoshua's voice is ice-cold and filled with killing intent. He is just a late-stage martial king. No matter how strong he is, don't tell me he can unleash 10 dragon power? Truly ridiculous. Zhang Yunping laughed loudly and walked to the side. Next, it is the turn of First Pagoda's other disciples. They got 25 dragon power. This result is not surprising because it belongs to normal late-stage martial emperors. The power test is done according to the pagoda's ranking. Xie Wufeng and Murong Tianji's Divine Sword Pagoda is ranked 2nd, so it is their turn next. Both of them are initial stage martial emperors, no one dares to look down on their power. Now everyone is very curious about Xie Wufeng and Murong Tianji's strength. Murong Tianji was the first to test it out. He attacked with all his strength. The bell rang with a dragon's roar, and 11 illusory golden dragons appeared. Seeing this scene, the audience cried out in surprise. Because Murong Tianji is only initial stage martial emperor, yet he already has this kind of power. This means that after he becomes middle stage martial emperor, he will have at least 20 dragon power. If he becomes late stage martial emperor, it will double and he will have 40 dragon power. This was the standard of a super genius, many times higher than Zhang Yunping. Zhang Yunping's expression is somewhat unsightly because his limelight has been snatched away by Murong Tianji. Still too weak, no wonder I lost to senior sister Yi. She has at least 18 dragon power and I only have 11. Murong Tianji laughed in self-mockery. He was defeated by Yi Yaoshua in Murong Manor before. It was Xie Wufeng's turn. Everyone was looking forward to his strength test. Everyone knows that when Xie Wufeng was a peak stage martial king, his strength was equal to Murong Tianji. Now that he is an initial stage martial emperor, his strength will not be as simple as doubling. After all, he has broken through the bottleneck of a great realm and became a martial emperor. His strength will surely increase by a lot. Xie Wufeng took a deep breath, only to see him condense a sharp longsword. The sword flickered with cold light, it is filled with suffocating killing intent, its sword aura is very threatening. Many mid-stage martial emperors present are scared witless by this threatening sword aura. Even Zhang Yunping is somewhat afraid in his heart. This is Xie Wufeng's origin sword, it is very dreadful. He fused the origin sword with his arm, then rushed over and punched the large bell. Dragon's roar echoed out, the large bell shook, Then with a cry, 31 dragon illusory images flew out. This is actually 31 dragon power. Everyone inhaled a mouthful of cold air, even those old half-immortals are dumbstruck in shock. Xie Wufeng's power is actually this dreadful. Zhang Yunping is extremely jealous. He is tightly clenching his fist. He is a late-stage martial emperor, but now he is being overshadowed by an initial-stage martial emperor like Xie Wufeng. This guy is very awesome. Luckily I am not the chief disciple of First Pagoda, otherwise it would be very strenuous for me to face him. Yi Yaoshua laughed and said, "A certain late-stage martial emperor is ranked 11th on the martial emperor ranking. He will soon lose his position. Xie Wufeng and Qin Yun are good brothers. Moreover, he is a disciple of Divine Sword Pagoda." Zhang Yunping fought Qin Yun before and Xie Wufeng almost attacked him. Now that he knows Zhang Yunping's strength, he will surely challenge Zhang Yunping. Everyone now knows how dreadful this kind of super genius is. They now understand why Divine Sword Pagoda attaches so much importance to Xie Wufeng. Xie Wufeng obtained many resources from Divine Sword Pagoda, that is why he can advance by leaps and bounds. Qin Yun is not at all surprised by Xie Wufeng's strength. After all, he is a sword cultivator and has obtained a mysterious sword cultivation inheritance. Everyone here is now thinking about how strong Xie Wufeng will be if he becomes peak martial emperor. Maybe he will be able to challenge First Tribulation half-immortals. Murong Tianjia said with smile, "Junior brother Xie, if you become peak martial emperor, you might be able to surpass 100 dragon power." Xie Wufeng shook his head and smiled. "That is a matter for very long time in the future." Murong Tianjia glanced at Qin Yun and said, "That is not far at all. Qin Yun has that talisman. So long as he has enough Regent Origin Stones, he will be able to break through very quickly." Next, other pagoda began testing in succession. All of them are mid-stage martial emperors. After all, they are the most outstanding mid-stage martial emperors of their respective pagoda. Some of them can reach 20 dragon power. They are all geniuses. Of course, there are also more than 20 who cannot reach 10 dragon power. Those more than 20 mid-stage martial emperors have been looked down upon by many people. They are actually so weak. There is no ranking for pagoda below 50th rank. They are now ranked according to the number of people in each pagoda. Star Traveling Pagoda has the least number of people, so they are ranked last. Yi Yaoshua is also somewhat impatient from waiting. She wants to see how strong she is now. She has not tested her strength for a very long time. "Junior brother Xie, how much do you think senior sister Yi can reach?" Murong Tianjia curiously asked. "Higher than me." Xie Wufeng thought for a bit and said, "Really? How much higher?" Yi Yaoshua is also somewhat curious. "I am not sure. In short, it is very difficult for me to defeat you with my current strength. If I can defeat you, it is because I have my origin sword and can use weapons. I have the advantage in this aspect," Xie Wufeng said. Finally, it is Star Traveling Pagoda's disciples' turn. Everyone is very curious about Yi Yaoshua's current strength. Yi Yaoshua is the first to go up. She stood in front of the large golden bell, took a deep breath and began condensing her power, causing her arm to overflow with red light. Qin Yun can see very fine heavenly rune within the red light. He can recognize it because he saw Kong Feiqing's Gemini heavenly rune. Even if other people can see those fine runes, they would think that they are very small electric threads. Yi Yaoshua rushed up and punched the large bell. After the dragon roar, a large number of golden dragon illusory images flew out. Everyone hastily and earnestly counted. 55. Mid-stage martial emperor Yi Yaoshua has 55 dragon power. Zhang Yunping's expression became even more unsightly. He thought that he and Yi Yaoshua are about the same. He really did not expect Yi Yaoshua's power to be this strong. This is a super genius. First Pagoda's half-immortals are dying of heartache because they let such a super genius go to Star Traveling Pagoda. Many male disciples present are even more envious and jealous that Qin Yun can obtain Yi Yaoshu. They recalled how Qin Yun said that his back hurt last night. They feel that it is very normal. After all, Yi Yaoshu is so strong, it would be strange if Qin Yun did not have back pain. Of course, thinking about this, they feel even more uncomfortable in their hearts. Such an outstanding woman has actually been taken by a martial king. Even though he is a venerable master, these people are still somewhat unable to accept this. It's my turn, Qin Yun said. How are your injuries? Yi Yaoshu is still somewhat worried as she asked. She knows that Qin Yun has broken through to peak martial king. With Qin Yun's strength, it is not a problem for him to unleash 10 dragon power. But the problem is that he is injured. He has been injured by Zhang Yunping. Zhang Yunping said with sneer. Disgraceful guy, so what if you are a venerable master? Your power is just a joke here. You don't have enough power to protect yourself, so what if you have inscription talent? You still have the face to say this? If you did not injure him, he would have definitely passed. Yi Yaoshu became very angry thinking about this matter. Her beautiful eyes are filled with killing intent. My injuries are healed, Qin Yun said with smile. Among the runes I have mastered, there are runes that can heal injuries, so I can heal very quickly. Really? Yi Yaoshu said in pleasant surprise. Senior Sister Yi, don't forget, he is a venerable master, Xie Wufeng said with smile. He received healing equipment from Qin Yun in the past, and its effect is not ordinary. Murong Tianjia said with smile. Inscription Master, anything is possible. Qin Yun deeply inhaled a mouthful of air. Just as he was about to walk over, Zhang Yunping suddenly shouted. Wait! What are you doing? Yi Yaoshu shouted. I am worried that he is carrying equipment. Who told him to be an inscription master? We cannot let him cheat. Zhang Yunping said. Elders, please check if he has any inscription equipment on his body. A few elders took out a mirror and examined Qin Yun's body, but did not discover anything. You can begin, an elder yelled. After Qin Yun walked over, he told Ling Yuner to release supergravity, and he also released earthquake divine ability power. Then he controlled these two powers to rush into his arm. In a split second, everyone can see that his arm suddenly swelled up. His sleeve has been torn to shreds by the violent energy. Most dreadful thing is that a dragon roar came out from Qin Yun's arm. He even used Extinction Dragon Palm. Moreover, it is 13 Extinction Dragon Palms. What caused people to be alarmed is that Qin Yun's arm swelled up and split open in a flash. A trace of blood appeared on it. It can be clearly seen how dreadful the power inside is. Boom! Qin Yun's palm hit the large golden bell. Extinction Dragon Palm and the large bell let out a dragon roar. The large bell suddenly flickered with golden light and 31 golden dragon image flew out. Chapter 972. Ghost Beast Emperor. Chapter 972. Ghost Beast Emperor Qin Yun staked his life to unleash his strongest power and burst out with this kind of power. Everyone present watched in shock and silence as the 31 illusory golden dragons danced in the air until the illusory golden dragons gradually faded away. A martial king actually unleashed 31 dragon power. Everyone present is looking at Qin Yun in shock. Qin Yun's swollen arm also gradually shrunk. There is a layer of blood and sweat on the surface of his skin. It is clear that he forcefully released a very formidable power. Even so, it is still inconceivable. Many people are unable to accept this result. A martial king's power is actually stronger than many martial emperors. This is impossible. What the hell is going on? He is just a martial king. How can he unleash 31 dragon power? This guy is too dreadful. Look at his arm. It looks like it almost exploded. It seems like he is injured. Didn't he injure Zhang Yunping before? How can he unleash such dreadful power? Zhang Yunping only has 30 dragon power. Could it be that he can defeat Zhang Yunping? How is this possible? This guy unleashed 31 dragon power. He risked half his life to do so. Zhang Yunping gritted his teeth. His face twitched as he glared at Qin Yun. The results of the top 3 power assessment have also come out. First place is Yi Yaoxue, 55 dragon power. Second place is Xie Wufeng, 31 dragon power. Third place is Qin Yun, also 31 dragon power. Because Xie Wufeng was tested earlier, he obtained second place. Qin Yun doesn't have any objection to this result. Zhang Yunping and other First Pagoda people are in a bad mood, because they have no share in the reward. Yi Yaoxue obtained a high-quality Regent Origin Stone. She is also very happy. Qin Yun doesn't lack Regent Origin Stones. As long as First Pagoda doesn't get any, he will be very happy. Alright, those who pass the power assessment, come here to receive the Ghost Emperor pouch. An old man said. Each pagoda can only receive 1 Ghost Emperor pouch, then use the pouch to subdue Ghost Beast Emperors. The strongest Ghost Beast Emperor subdued will be rewarded. First place gets 6 high-quality Regent Origin Stones, second place gets 6 mid-quality Regent Origin Stones, third place gets 6 low-quality Regent Origin Stones. There is no doubt that the reward for first place is the best. Yi Yaoxue asked, "How will you evaluate the power of Ghost Beast Emperors?" The old man said, "It is very simple. The stronger the Ghost Beast Emperor, the bigger the horn on its head. When the time comes, the evaluation will be based on this." Oh, that's right, going out to capture Ghost Beast Emperors will be very dangerous. If something unexpected happens, you will have to take responsibility. Qin Yun doesn't know what this Ghost Beast Emperor is, but from its name, it should be a ghost beast. Moreover, it is as strong as a martial emperor. It is possible to secretly cheat when going out to capture Ghost Beast Emperors. Qin Yun feels that First Pagoda must have already sent their elders to capture very strong Ghost Beast Emperors. Murong Tianjia asked, "Do we need to hand over the captured Ghost Beast Emperors?" The old man said with a smile, "No need, you can keep it for yourselves." A disciple said, "Ghost Beast Emperors are very dreadful, and there is only 1 person in my pagoda. It will be very difficult for me to capture them." This disciple's companion was eliminated because he didn't have the strength of 10 dragons. There were at least 30 pagodas, all belonging to a single disciple. Xie Wufeng said, "If you are alone, you can join hands and help each other." The old man said, "The time limit is 10 days. After 10 days, we will compete in the plaza in front of First Pagoda. Let's set off." Yi Yaoxue is walking in the front, bringing Qin Yun with her and quickly leaving First Pagoda. Xie Wufeng and Murong Tianjia are also following behind them. "Old boy Yun, you must be very careful when going out this time," Xie Wufeng warned. "I know." Qin Yun is very vigilant. Yi Yaoxue is also very worried about this. That is why she is quickly bringing Qin Yun away from 100 Pagoda sect. Will we be followed? Qin Yun is flying in the sky with Yi Yaoxue. I don't know, but it is not that simple. Yi Yaoxue is flying towards the depths of this mountain range. 100 Pagoda sects. 100 pagodas are located inside a very large mountain range. 100 Pagoda mountain range is very large. There are many formidable beasts in the depths. Reportedly, there are some beasts that are so strong that even 6th Tribulation half-immortals don't dare to provoke them. Normally, 100 Pagoda sect's disciples enter the depths of the mountain range to find some weaker beasts to train. Yi Yaoxue and Qin Yun are flying very fast. While on the road, Qin Yun threw out a talisman from time to time to absorb their remnant aura to prevent others from tracking them. "Senior Sister Yi, how strong are the strongest Ghost Beast Emperors?" Qin Yun asked. "I am ranked 10th in the Martial Emperor ranking. The 9 Martial Emperors above me are all peak Martial Emperors, and the strongest Ghost Beast Emperors are even stronger than those 9 Martial Emperors." Yi Yaoxue said, "The horns of those Ghost Beast Emperors are very big." Qin Yun is slightly startled and said, "Doesn't that mean that only half-immortals can deal with them?" Yi Yaoshua shook her head and said, if they are only first tribulation half-immortals, they wouldn't dare to face the strongest ghost beast emperors. Ghost beast emperors are actually so strong. How are these ghost beast emperors formed? Qin Yun thought that they are just some beasts before. There is a black lake in the depths of the mountain range. When beasts fall into the lake, they turn into ghost beasts. And if ghost beasts capture other beasts and bring them to the bottom of the lake, they can devour other beasts. Even ghost beasts can devour and fuse with each other. So long as they evolve into ghost beast emperors, they will have a ghost beast horn. When we encounter ghost beasts, we can judge their strength based on their horn. Yi Yaoshua said. Speaking of horns, Qin Yun has two, one is an immortal beast horn and the other is an evil horn. Inside a secret room of First Pagoda, Yang Chongtian and a few white-robed old men are sitting on a stone chair with grave expression. Star-traveling pagoda's star origin great formation has been restored, Yang Chongtian said while gnashing his teeth. This must be the work of that little demon called Qin Shaoyun. Star origin great formation was severely damaged back then, many formidable inscription masters were helpless. How did that little demon restore it? Could it be that he is swindling you? A red-haired old man questioned. According to the information obtained by the spies, it can't be wrong. Most of those old guys of star-traveling pagoda have broken through. They have become very young and full of vitality. Those star cultivators can suddenly break through. It must be the contribution of the star origin great formation. Yang Chongtian slapped the table and said in deep voice, that little girl Yi Yaoshua must have taken a fancy to that brat's inscription talent and joined him. That red-haired old man said, we reneged on our agreement before and did not give resources to Star-Traveling Pagoda. Star-Traveling Pagoda originally hated our first pagoda, now they are even more hostile towards us. We cannot let them have any chance to rise up. An old man with half-opened eyes weakly asked, this Qin Shaoyun has such talent, his origin must be extraordinary, did you find anything? Yang Chongtian said, we found some, we found it from Dragon Sect. Doesn't Dragon Sect want to control Ordinary Realm? They sent many people to Ordinary Realm but they suffered great losses. Dragon Sect's long family foundation in Ordinary Realm was almost uprooted, they suffered disastrous losses. And the person who made Dragon Sect suffer great losses is a little demon called Qin Yun. I don't know much about this Qin Yun, I have already sent people to Ordinary Realm to investigate. The red-haired old man said, that little girl Yi Yaoshua left First Pagoda, we did not expect that. She is a super genius, we cannot let her escape, we must capture her and bring her back. Yi Yaoshua and Qin Yun have already left to capture Ghost Beast Emperors. How are your arrangements? You must capture them. Yang Chongtian looked at the red-haired old man and said with sneer, Old Zhang, you captured Yi Yaoshua so that your grandson Zhang Yunping can play with her, right? You are asking me how are my arrangements? I should be the one asking you, you are the best at doing this kind of thing. The red-haired old man chuckled and said, I thought you also secretly made your move. Yang Chongtian, your grandson also wants to possess Yi Yaoshua, why don't you put in some effort? I don't believe it, you must have made your own arrangements. In any case, Yi Yaoshua and Qin Yun will definitely disappear from now on. Yang Chongtian said, you must be a bit more thorough in your work, if they find out that our first pagoda is behind this, it will be very troublesome. The red-haired old man said, the assassins I sent are first-rate assassin team, they assassinated Divine Sword Pagoda's first tribulation half-immortals. Capturing Yi Yaoshua and Qin Yun will not be a problem at all, if it is not possible, we will just kill them. Yang Chongtian said with cold smile, but your people should be a bit more careful. Yang Chongtian, you are really something. You actually sent out your assassin team. The red-haired old man chuckled and said, then let's compete and see whose people will succeed first. Let's compete. Yang Chongtian proudly smiled. Qin Yun and Yi Yaoshua are very vigilant on the way. Especially Qin Yun, even though it is broad daylight, he released nether moon mental power to cover a radius of several kilometers. If something enters his vicinity, he will be able to sense it. Even though it consumes a lot of mental power, it is very safe. At dusk, they flew over a great canyon. Yi Yaoshua is floating in the sky, looking at a very tall mountain ahead. The peak of this mountain is covered by blue ice and snow. She pointed at the blue ice mountain with her finger and said, "After we pass through this ice mountain, we will enter the area covered by the Ghost Beast Remote Lake. There are all kinds of ghost beasts roaming around the Ghost Beast Remote Lake." Qin Yun looked all around and said, "Are other people also taking this path?" Yi Yaoshua said, some are not. The path I'm taking isn't the fastest one. It's also to avoid being followed by others." Qin Yun suddenly sensed that someone has entered the area covered by his mental power. He promptly pulled Yi Yaoshua and dropped down from the sky. Chapter 973. Assassins attack. Yi Yaoshua is a very experienced person, especially at this kind of time. She is very vigilant, but she has not sensed anyone approaching. This caused her to not believe Qin Yun's words. She believes that her perception is stronger than Qin Yun's. After all, she is a very strong martial emperor. Someone is truly approaching? Why can't I sense it? Yi Yaoshua sent sound transmission to Qin Yun. Someone is truly approaching, Qin Yun said in low voice. He brought Yi Yaoshua, used mysterious penetration divine ability, and entered a large hollow tree trunk. Then he took out a mirror. Yi Yaoshua looked through the mirror and saw 3 black-clothed people in the sky. They are all martial emperors. As for how strong they are, I am not sure. They are now hovering in the sky. They must have lost their target. Qin Yun said, "When we were on the road, didn't you eliminate aura along the way? Why are there people following us?" Yi Yaoshua looked at the 3 black-clothed people in the mirror and said in amazement, "Look at their hands." Qin Yun pointed at one of the people in the mirror and said, "That is a talisman. As long as this talisman absorbs our aura, they can track us. Then won't we be discovered if we hide here?" Yi Yaoshua knows about this kind of talisman, but she has never seen it with her own eyes. No need to worry. If they could discover us, they would have already come down. So long as we don't release our aura, they won't be able to discover us. Moreover, I can now completely conceal my aura," Qin Yun said. The 3 people in the sky are flying back and forth in the sky. Apparently they are looking for something. Qin Yun is very familiar with these talismans. He has a kind of soul-chasing talisman. Even if they hide their aura, they can still track them. The talismans in the hands of these 3 black-clothed people are weaker than his soul-chasing talisman. "I understand, they must be people sent by First Pagoda," Yi Yaoshua said in cold voice. "They let us test our power and collected a lot of aura, then used them to refine those talismans to track us." Qin Yun said, "It is very likely. First Pagoda is scheming." Yi Yaoshua said in low voice, "I will go out and see how strong they are. If they are very strong, we should be able to escape." "You want to kill them?" Qin Yun said with frown. "Indeed. They are all martial emperors. They are very important to First Pagoda." Yi Yaoshua's eyes are filled with ruthlessness. "I want to kill them. I want to let them know pain. They actually dared to play this kind of trick on me." "Alright, you go out first. If you can't beat them, then quickly run," Qin Yun said. "You must hide properly, don't go out," Yi Yaoshua said. "As long as you are not in the top 10 of the martial emperor ranking, you will not be able to go out. I can deal with them." Qin Yun nodded and then sent her off. Yi Yaoshua sensed that her body can easily pass through the tree trunk. At the same time she is astonished. She also knows why her undergarment was taken away. It was because of this mysterious power. As soon as she went out, she flew into the sky. The 3 men in black immediately noticed her. "Who are you people? Who sent you?" Yi Yaoshua said in cold voice. "Where's that kid?" a black-clothed man asked. The three men in black had their faces covered, so it was impossible to see their faces. Answer my question first, Yi Yaoshua yelled while holding a saber in her hand. You two go deal with Yi Yaoshua, I will go find that kid, one of the black-clothed men said. He seems to be the leader of the group. Two black-clothed men took out very ordinary swords and rushed towards Yi Yaoshua. In the blink of an eye, Yi Yaoshua and the two black-clothed men began fighting. Many energy collided, illuminating the dusky sky. Shock waves pressed down from the sky, causing the trees in the forest to explode. It is as if the forest has encountered a gale and huge wave. Qin Yun's hiding place is completely fine. He is earnestly looking at the battle between Yi Yaoshua and the two black-clothed men through the spirit eye he released. Those two black-clothed men are very strong. Xiao Yun, it seems like Yi Yaoshua is underestimating the enemy, Ling Yuner said. Indeed. The strongest martial emperors in First Pagoda are not necessarily those on the martial emperor ranking. I must go out and help her, Qin Yun said. There is one guy who is not participating in the battle, apparently he is looking for you. Can you kill him? Ling Yuner said with smile. I will give it a try. Qin Yun is not very confident in his heart. After all, the opponent is very likely to be a very strong peak martial emperor, and he is also very vigilant. Qin Yun took out the Lion King cannon and placed 5 body-securing cannons inside. The body-securing runes Qin Yun carved are also Dao runes. They have evolved from Xian runes. Although spirit runes, Xian runes and Dao runes are different in rank, their essence is almost the same. After Qin Yun obtained Dao Lord Inscription Spirit, he improved some Xian runes into Dao runes. Yao Feng said that the runes he obtained from the 9 Sun Divine Soul can be continuously evolved. He needs to comprehend them himself. Will 5 body-securing cannons be enough? Ling Yuner is somewhat worried. It should be enough, Qin Yun said with smile. Cannons are filled with energy. After carving runes on the surface, the runes will absorb all the energy of the cannons, and their might will become even stronger. Qin Yun's cannons are refined using Dao cores and beast oil. They can provide great amount of energy and stimulate the runes to release even stronger might. After Qin Yun finished preparing the Lion King cannon, he carried it on his shoulder and quietly left the tree trunk. The leader of the black-clothed man is also paying attention to the battle between Yi Yaoshua and the 2 martial emperors from time to time. He is flying above the forest and using his mental power to search the ground. That little girl Yi Yaoshua is so fucking awesome, she can actually resist for so long, that black-clothed man cursed in low voice while flying. Qin Yun is following behind that black-clothed man. There is a distance of a few kilometers between them. Suddenly that black-clothed man discovered that something is following him. Qin Yun saw that black-clothed man turned around and fired the Lion King cannon 5 body-securing cannons in succession. After the black-clothed man was stopped by the first body-securing cannons, he dropped to the ground. Just as he was about to move, the second body-securing cannon seemed to have eyes. It chased after him and landed on his body again, stopping him again. Each time it can only stop him for a second. 5 consecutive body-securing cannons for 5 seconds. After the 5th body-securing cannons landed, the heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron covered the black-clothed man and captured him alive. This bastard wasted 5 of my body-securing cannons. Qin Yun stored the heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron and threw in the second pearl of the 9 Sun Divine Soul. Then he let Yao Feng take out the black-clothed man from the cauldron and interrogate him. Yao Feng is also very fond of doing this kind of thing. It must be known that she is an immortal king, there is nothing she cannot interrogate. He said he was sent by Zhang Rong. Yao Feng said, "Many thanks. Take out his Dao core and give it to me, don't kill him yet," Qin Yun said. Yao Feng very quickly took out the Dao core and gave it to Qin Yun. Qin Yun took out the martial spirit and said with smile, "This guy is a peak martial emperor, his Dao core should be very strong." He finished speaking and stored the Tao core inside the Lion King cannon. Then he flew to the sky and looked at Yi Yaoshua, who was fighting in the distance. Yi Yaoshua and the two black-clothed men are fighting very fiercely. They have flattened many large mountains. We can't keep fighting like this. Qin Yun is more than a kilometer away from Yi Yaoshua. He sent sound transmission to her. Senior Sister Yi, if you keep fighting, you might be able to win, but you will consume a lot of energy. Quickly fly to my side. Why are you here? Quickly hide. Yi Yaoshua sensed that Qin Yun is nearby and immediately replied in alarm. You should quickly leave, I can defeat them. Their boss has been killed by me. Quickly come to my side. I will take care of these two guys in one breath. Qin Yun urged. This is not the only group of people who want to deal with us, there are many more. At this time, the two black-clothed men also saw Qin Yun. Where is Big Brother going? That brat is right there. Why is Big Brother not going to capture him? One of the black-clothed men yelled. Yi Yaoshua saw that Qin Yun has been discovered and lightly shouted. Her entire body became enveloped in red light and a red light ball flew out of her chest. It is her inscription martial spirit. The inscription martial spirit became very big. It looks like there is a ball of chaotic lightning interweaving inside it. Boom, boom, boom. The martial spirit revolved and burst out many strange red lightning, forming a red lightning gale that blew towards the two black-clothed men and sent them flying very far away. After being blown away, the two black-clothed men felt pain all over their body, but they are not seriously injured. They will not be able to move for a short period of time. A ball of light mist can be seen fluttering in the dark night. This is the power released by the inscription martial spirit. Yi Yaoshua took back her inscription martial spirit and rushed towards Qin Yun. Just as she arrived beside Qin Yun, the two black-clothed men, who were blown away several tens of thousands of meters away, broke away from the power and rushed over. We should quickly hide. Yi Yaoshua hastily yelled. Don't run for now. Qin Yun controlled the Lion King cannon and shot out the Martial Emperor Tao core. Yi Yaoshua saw a light beam fly out. It contains very formidable and dreadful power. She immediately yelled in alarm. What is that thing? Qin Yun did not say anything. He took out a half-immortal shield and controlled it to become very big. He placed it in front of his body to protect Yi Yaoshua and himself. After the Martial Emperor Tao core is shot out by the Lion King cannon, it becomes very hot and the power inside becomes even more berserk. Boom! A burst of intense flashing light illuminated the night sky, followed by intense trembling sound. Along with frantic and ferocious flame, the flame rushed out in all direction. In the blink of an eye, a radius of 200 to 300 li turned into a sea of flame. At the center of the explosion, a 10,000-meter-wide crater appeared. This region is filled with intense flame. The flame is several hundred meters tall. Many people in the vicinity are alarmed. Yi Yaoshua and Qin Yun are now above the sea of flame. The aura of those two black-clothed men disappeared just now. It is clear that they have been killed by the explosion. Awesome! Let's go! Qin Yun said with smile. Let's quickly go catch ghost beast emperors. Yi Yaoshua's expression is filled with amazement. She has not even managed to regain her wits when she was brought by Qin Yun towards a very tall mountain. The blue ice layer on top of the mountain also fell down from the explosion. Chapter 974. Kill the enemy. Qin Yun did not tell her that it was a Tao pill. He said with a smile, That is something I refined. But it's very precious. I have no choice. In order to kill them, I'm willing to pay a little more. Yi Yaoshua said, If we have no other choice, we cannot use it casually. Its power is too great. She looked back at the sea of fire behind her, and could not help but sigh. Those two black-clothed men were very strong peak martial emperors, yet they died so quickly that not even their dregs remained. Qin Yun said, They were sent by a person called Zhang Rong. What relationship does this Zhang Rong have with Zhang Yunping? Humph, it's actually this fellow. Zhang Rong is a red-haired old man. He is Zhang Yunping's grandfather. Yi Yaoshi cursed in low voice. This bastard is one of the strongest elders of First Pagoda. He is also a supreme elder of 100 Pagoda sect. Qin Yun said. The guy I captured also said that there are other people who want to attack us. Who else do you think it could be? Yi Yaoshi thought for a bit and said with grave expression, those 3 black-clothed men are assassins. If there really are other assassins, then they must have been sent by Yang Chongtian. I heard that he has a very strong assassin squad under him called Emperor Killer Squad. How strong is it? Asked Qin Yun. I don't know exactly how many people are capable of killing a half-celestial. Yi Yaoshi suddenly became somewhat worried. She looked at the sea of flame behind them and said again, Emperor Killer Squad's strongest point is that when they join hands, they can kill any martial emperor. No matter what kind of super genius martial emperor you are, as long as you are targeted by them, you will definitely die. Qin Yun said, don't be afraid of them. As for Zhang Rong, he actually sent people to deal with us. What a bastard! I must teach him a lesson. The explosion of a peak martial emperor's Dao core shocked many hundred pagoda sect disciples who are hunting ghost beast emperors. They were just curious about what was happening over there, but they didn't go over, because this kind of commotion is usually caused by half-immortals or a large group of peak martial emperors fighting. 2 hours later, a red-haired old man appeared above the sea of flames. It was Zhang Rong. Not long after, a white-haired old man wearing golden robe and golden crown flew over. This old man is the sect master of 100 Pagoda sect, First Pagoda Master Yang Chongtian. 2 dead. The flesh on Zhang Rong's aged face trembled. That was the strongest martial emperor assassin we had trained. He was loyal and devoted to me, yet he's dead. Yang Chongtian looked at the sea of flames below and said, this kind of power, it is the explosion of Dao core, will they be forced to self-detonate? Zhang Rong frowned, he looked into the distance and said, to be able to force them to self-detonate, their strength must be very strong. Could it be that there is a half-immortal secretly protecting them? Yang Chongtian's expression is filled with worry as he said, very likely. Old Feitian, Ying Qingyu and City Master Murong have a good relationship with Qin Yun. Maybe Qin Yun is secretly acquainted with a very strong half-immortal. It won't be easy to assassinate him. Where's your team? Have they moved out? Zhang Rong asked. They moved out a long time ago, but they haven't attacked yet. They won't attack until they are sure of success. Yang Chongtian said. I will return first. Yang Chongtian said and then flew away. Zhang Rong has a bellyful of anger. He also flew away. Qin Yun and Yi Yaoshi flew over the ice mountain and entered the ghost beast's territory. We will rest first, after we recover, we will go deeper. Yi Yaoshi said. She just fought and consumed a lot of energy. They entered a cave. Yi Yaoshi took out a blanket and sat down to absorb the energy of Regent Origin stones to recover. Qin Yun took out a soul-chasing talisman. What kind of talisman is this? Yi Yaoshi very curiously asked. She is now very curious about the talisman Qin Yun is refining. Soul-chasing talisman. Qin Yun laughed. Didn't Zhang Yunping attack me with his palm? That palm was very dreadful. It contained his very strong power and mental power. It was a double attack. I've also collected those energies. I will now pour the power of Zhang Yunping's palm into this soul-chasing talisman. Yi Yaoshi immediately realized that Qin Yun wants to track down Zhang Yunping. That guy attacked me in First Pagoda, how can I let him off? Qin Yun spoke and poured Zhang Yunping's power into the soul-chasing talisman. Normally, when power is released during battle, once it enters other people's body, it will wreak havoc inside their body. And Qin Yun has Nether Sun, so when other people's power enters his body, it will be devoured and absorbed by Nether Sunday. It can protect his body from being ravaged by the tyrannical power. Now, Qin Yun let Ling Yuna release the power of Zhang Yunping's palm. Yi Yaoxue said with smile, offending you is indeed not a good ending. Qin Yun said with mischievous smile, you almost offended me. Then how did you plan to retaliate against me? Yi Yaoxue asked. I still haven't thought of how to retaliate against you. Luckily you are enlightened and did not continue to oppose me. Qin Yun faintly smiled. If it really reached that stage, I would not have shown tender and protective feelings towards the fairer sex. Qin Yun finished crafting the soul-chasing talisman. The soul-chasing talisman very quickly pointed out the direction. I have a target, Qin Yun said. When the time comes, will you attack or will I attack? Will Zhang Yunping really go to kill Ghost Beast Emperors? Maybe he already prepared a very strong Ghost Beast Emperor. Yi Yaoxue said. Qin Yun said. 10 days later, Ghost Beast Emperors will be tested in front of First Pagoda's gate. Maybe other pagoda masters will arrive at that time. Those pagoda masters are not easy to deceive. They will surely be able to tell when the Ghost Beast Emperors died. Yi Yaoxue thought about it and nodded. That's right. Zhang Yunping wants to capture the strongest Ghost Beast Emperor in order to get first place. That means there must be other people following them. Maybe they are half-immortals. It is possible. Even if there are half-immortals, I will still kill Zhang Yunping. Qin Yun's expression is firm as he said, if I don't kill that guy, he will surely continue to cause trouble for me. All right, I will cooperate with you at that time. I also hate that guy. Yi Yaoxue said. Qin Yun and Yi Yaoxue are resting inside the cave. It is very well hidden. Qin Yun has also set up a formation to hide his aura. After they finished resting, the sky has already brightened. Qin Yun and Yi Yaoxue left the cave and flew towards the dense aura of ghost beasts ahead. Although it is daytime, the forest covered with ice and snow is filled with a kind of yin energy. There must be many ghost beasts here. Qin Yun looked at the huge trees covered with ice and snow. The sky is bright, the ghost beasts are hiding inside the trees. Ghost beasts are not our target. Is Zhang Yunping truly here? Yi Yaoxue said. Indeed. Qin Yun took out the spirit-chasing talisman and pointed towards a direction. Over there! We should go. Yi Yaoxue said in low voice. Fly inside the forest, it will be less easy to become a target this way. Qin Yun shook his head and said, that is too slow. Qin Yun grabbed Yi Yaoxue's hand and turned both of them transparent. He said with smile, you fly, we must quickly find Zhang Yunping. Yi Yaoxue doesn't know what kind of power that is, she only feels that it is very strange and very formidable. She secretly praised Qin Yun's ability. He has actually mastered all kinds of strange secret technique. Her speed is very fast, even if she is carrying Qin Yun, she will not be too slow. They flew and stopped because Qin Yun wants to use the spirit-chasing talisman to determine Zhang Yunping's position. Less than half an hour later, they were suddenly startled by a sound not far away. There is a sound over there. There are people fighting, should we go over and take a look? Qin Yun asked. Isn't it Zhang Yunping's direction? Yi Yaoxue doubtfully said. Who is fighting over there? Judging from the aura, there are no ghost beasts. Let's go and take a look. Yi Yaoxue pulled Qin Yun and flew over. After they got close, Qin Yun said in low voice, it is Precious Dragon Pagoda's disciples. Qin Yun is very familiar with this kind of aura. Sure enough, they saw two large men with surging aura chasing a man and a woman in the sky. Those two large men are Precious Dragon Pagoda's disciples. That man and woman are Ice Origin Pagoda's disciples. Yi Yaoxue cursed in low voice. Ice Origin Pagoda's disciples are very honest and their people are also very good. Precious Dragon Pagoda's people are bullying people again. Qin Yun said. I remember that Precious Dragon Pagoda's two mid-stage martial emperors only had 11 or 12 dragon power during power test. Let me go down and teach them a lesson. Precious Dragon Pagoda's people also bullied our star-traveling pagoda's disciples before. Yi Yaoshua said, "All right, I will hide in the vicinity, you take action." Two large men from Precious Dragon Pagoda have malevolent expression. They howled with laughter as they chased after a seemingly weak-looking man and woman. They are brother and sister, they are wearing white clothes and are running away in fear. "Don't run, we are not going to eat you." One of the Precious Dragon Pagoda's mid-stage martial emperors very happily laughed and said, "They will soon catch up to them." Qin Yun controlled 10 throwing knives to fly over from the sky. The throwing knives rapidly flew over with dreadful breaking sound. Those two mid-stage martial emperors are not weak experts. They immediately reacted and dodged the throwing knife. Qin Yun controlled the throwing knives to nimbly change direction and shot them from different directions. "Who is sneaking around?" One of the large men furiously roared and released energy barrier to block the throwing knives. Qin Yun immediately appeared in front of the two large men. He controlled the throwing knives and sent mysterious penetration divine ability power through the air, pierced through the energy barrier, entered the bodies of the two martial emperors, and went out. "Ah, it's you bastard! Star-traveling pagoda's Qin Shaoyun. Yi Yaoshua is also nearby?" Precious Dragon Pagoda's martial emperors are both startled and furious. Many bloody holes have appeared on their bodies. "You recognize me?" Qin Yun said with smile. "Go to hell, you little bastard!" That large man shouted, enduring the pain on his body. He is like a mad bull as he ferociously charged towards Qin Yun. Chapter 975. Chapter 975. Heaven and Earth Devil Sealing Goblet. That large man knows that Qin Yun has 31 dragon power, but he believes that Qin Yun will need to congeal his power for a period of time before he can release it, so he dared to rush forward. Who would have thought that Qin Yun would use a very strong shield to hit him back? Those two large men from Precious Dragon Pagoda believed that with two mid-stage martial emperors on their side, they would be able to take down Qin Yun. Now they are regretting that they did not run away. Qin Yun is a genius inscription master. His equipment is the best kind. Boom! The other large man rushed forward and punched Qin Yun but was blocked by Qin Yun's half-immortal shield. That big man was sent flying by the power released by the half-immortal shield. At the same time, Qin Yun controlled his throwing knife to fly forward and left behind a few bloody holes on the heads of those two large men. "This competition is not allowed to kill each other, you are violating the rules," one of the large men furiously said. Although his head is injured, he did not die immediately. "Not allowed to kill each other? Then why are you chasing him?" Qin Yun chuckled, then flew over and landed on the ground. He vigorously smashed the ground with his shield. "Hoo hoo hoo!" A burst of heat wave violently rushed out. When the half-immortal shield smashed down, it released a very strong impact power, bringing along purple-gold flame and pressed down on that large man's body. The intense flame burned that large man to ashes. Qin Yun disdainfully said, "A guy who can't even withstand a single blow." The other large man is lying on the ground not far away. He is injured and hastily took out a sound transmission magic tool. Just as he took out the sound transmission magic tool, Qin Yun's throwing knife suddenly flew over and sent the sound transmission magic tool flying. Qin Yun walked over, coldly smiled, then unleashed Extinction Dragon Palm and shot out purple-gold thunder fire. Rumble! With a trembling sound, that large man's body was torn to shreds by the thunder fire and turned into ashes that scattered on the ground. Ice Origin Pagoda's two disciples have already run far away. Yi Yaoshua flew over and said with somewhat amazed smile, "When you use equipment, you are truly dreadful, I might not even be your match." Qin Yun laughed, looked at the direction where the Ice Essence Pagoda's disciples disappeared and said, "Do you think those two disciples will spread the news of me killing Precious Dragon Pagoda's disciples? Don't worry. The disciples of the Ice Origin Tower won't dare to provoke you. They know what to say and what not to say." Yi Yaoshua said. Let's go, we will continue looking for Zhang Yunping. Qin Yun took out the soul-chasing talisman and saw it flickering with intense light. He said in amazement, Zhang Yunping is here. Let's hide. Yi Yaoshua pulled Qin Yun and dodged into the forest not far away. Because of the fierce battle, many trees had been burned to ashes, and an empty space over 1,000 meters wide had appeared. Sure enough, Zhang Yunping arrived with a few black-clothed people and slowly landed on the ground. He also has a talisman in his hand and said, "The tracking talisman really sensed that guy's aura. Young Master Ping, someone fought here just now." A masked man in black said in a low voice, "It's the aura of that kid surnamed Qin." "Yes. He just left not long ago." Zhang Yunping firmly held the talisman in his hand and looked all around. "But his aura has disappeared. He and Yi Yaoshua were together. When they were testing their power, we collected a lot of their aura and used it to make tracking talismans. But the effect of the tracking talisman is not very good." Qin Yun and Yi Yaoshua are hiding in the forest nearby. They became very angry after hearing Zhang Yunping's words. Just as Yi Yaoshua guessed, the aura they collected during the power testing was used to make tracking talismans. That is why there were assassins chasing after them. "What is their cultivation?" Yi Yaoshua asked through sound transmission. "They are all peak martial emperors." Qin Yun replied, "Ling Yuner has sensed them. I can deal with Zhang Yunping, but the other 4 peak martial emperors are not easy to deal with. It will not be easy to kill Zhang Yunping." Qin Yun sent sound transmission to Yi Yaoshua. "Do you still have that thing from before? Let's go out and kill them." Yi Yaoshua said, "I will give it a try." Qin Yun took out the Lion King cannon and placed a martial emperor Dao core inside. Then he sent sound transmission to Yi Yaoshua. "After I go out, quickly bring me to the sky." Yi Yaoshua promptly grabbed Qin Yun's wrist and prepared to bring him away. Boom! Qin Yun's Lion King cannon shook and the martial emperor Dao core flew out. Yi Yaoshua immediately pulled Qin Yun and flew to the sky in a flash. In the blink of an eye, the forest was submerged in flames, a large amount of soil splashed out and a huge crater appeared in the middle of the forest. "It looks like a sinkhole." "They are fine," Qin Yun cursed in low voice. Below, a few people were huddled together, covered by a white barrier of light. "That is a defensive, immortal tool. Zhang Rong is actually willing to give his own grandson such a precious defensive, immortal tool," Yi Yaoshua said. Qin Yun also saw the white light barrier. "It is a translucent bell. It is releasing white light." It became very big and covered Zhang Yunping and the others inside, protecting them. "Motherfuckers! I don't believe that I can't kill them." Qin Yun took out his remaining martial emperor Dao cores and continued to attack. Boom, boom, boom. Those continuous trembling sounds are as if someone is using the earth as a drum. Continuous explosions gave rise to a burst of ferocious flame storm that covered a large area. The martial emperor Dao core was finished, but Zhang Yunping and the rest were still inside the translucent bell, safe and sound. Qin Yun deeply inhaled a mouthful of air and took out a few half-immortal life crystals. "If these can't kill them, I have no other way." Qin Yun placed a few half-immortal life crystals into the bell. Boom! Qin Yun first attacked, then took out the half-immortal shield to block the attack. Otherwise he and Yi Yaoshua would have been affected. Yi Yaoshua can feel the dreadful power of the explosion even though she is protected by the half-immortal shield. She became even more frightened in her heart. The power of the explosion is incomparably great, but it also calmed down very quickly. Yi Yaoshua looked down and discovered that there is a 10,000-meter wide crater below. It is also very deep. They can see a light 10,000 meters below the crater. Zhang Yunping and the others are still safe and sound. "Motherfucker!" Qin Yun cursed in low voice, then attacked the few half-immortal life crystals in his hand. "Let's go!" After he finished attacking, he borrowed the impact of the explosion to move away from the epicenter of the explosion. It is as if he is being tossed around by a gale and huge waves. The intense explosion also shocked the disciples who entered this place. Since they are very far from 100 Pagoda sect, they were not affected by the explosion. Xie Wufeng and Murong Tianjia are together. They are looking at the direction of the explosion and said with frown, "The explosion is very big. Is it a fight between half-immortals?" Murong Tianjia is also somewhat amazed, but soon after he smiled and said, "This level of explosion, it should be someone going through tribulation, right? I saw other people go through second half-immortal tribulation before. It was more or less the same. It would be best if we don't go over to avoid being affected by the explosion." Qin Yun and Yi Yaoxue flew for more than an hour and finally left the epicenter of the explosion. But this place is still filled with tyrannical aura. The tyrannical aura formed all kind of chaotic flow and gale that wreaked havoc on the earth. Are they dead yet? Yi Yaoxue deeply breathed in cold air. Her expression is filled with fear as she looked at Qin Yun. "Those things you shot out are too dreadful. They are enough to kill first or second tribulation half-immortals." "Those are all my cannonballs." Qin Yun laughed. "They will surely be killed." He took out the spirit-chasing talisman and discovered that it is still shining. He can no longer laugh. "They are not dead." Qin Yun's expression changed. He said with great heartache, "My cannonballs. They are wasted like this." Yi Yaoxue can also see that those cannonballs are very precious because they can produce very great might. Zhang Yunping's defensive immortal tool is too strong. Yi Yaoxue patted Qin Yun's shoulder and comforted him. "It doesn't matter, we will join hands, we will surely be able to kill them." Qin Yun nodded slightly. "We have to make a good plan. How much do you know about that immortal tool?" Yi Yaoxue said, "I only know that it is called Heaven and Earth Devil Sealing Goblet. It is used by Zhang Rong to cross tribulation. Defensive immortal tools used to cross tribulation are very dreadful. For example, Old Feitian's Purple Star Heavenly Dipper Shield is a very dreadful defensive immortal tool. In the past, Immortal Desolate's people frequently came to Spirit Desolate, so they left behind some dreadful immortal tools in Spirit Desolate. These immortal tools are controlled by powerful factions. It seems like my attack was too hasty. If he was not on guard, I would have killed them all in one strike." Qin Yun said. "But at least we know that Zhang Yunping has an immortal tool. If we can get our hands on that immortal tool, that old bastard Zhang Rong will surely die of heartache." Yi Yaoxue said with smile. "That bastard Zhang Yunping. He attacked me earlier and now he wants to kill me." Qin Yun cursed in low voice. "It must be that old bastard Zhang Rong who is secretly instructing him. He also wants to capture me. They want to use sinister methods to deal with me." Yi Yaoxue said. "Zhang Yunping and those few black-clothed people are hiding inside the translucent Heaven and Earth Devil Sealing Goblet. They are scared witless. They floated in the sky and saw that there is a bottomless crater on the ground below. They are even more shocked. Moreover, there are many cracks on the ground. What happened just now? Who attacked us?" Zhang Yunping's heart is filled with fear as he asked in loud voice. "I don't know. That power is from a half-immortal." A peak martial emperor said, "Young Master Ping, we should quickly report to the elders. How about we return?" "We cannot return, I must win first place. I don't want Yi Yaoxue and Xie Wufeng to step on my head again," Zhang Yunping said. He took out a sound transmission magic tool, but discovered that he is unable to send any message out. The power just now was too strong, it tore apart the space of this region. "The space is unstable, we cannot send any message out. We should leave this place first," a black-clothed person said. Chapter 976. Battle Ghost Emperor. This is the first time Zhang Yunping is using Heaven and Earth Devil Sealing Goblet. After experiencing the might of this immortal tool, he feels as if he is unparalleled under the heavens. Naturally, with his current strength, He is still unable to unleash the full might of heaven and earth devil-sealing goblet, but it is still very dreadful. Young Master Ping, Yi Yaoshua and the others were in that place before, but they suddenly disappeared. Could it be that they were killed? One black-clothed man said. Then who killed them? Zhang Yunping suddenly became somewhat apprehensive and said, "It must be someone. I used soul-chasing talisman to track them, but after I arrived, I could not find any trace of them. They must have been killed." "We are not the only ones who want to capture Yi Yaoshua." One black-clothed man looked all around and said in low voice, "We should quickly leave this place." Could it be Yang Chongtian's people? Zhang Yunping's expression abruptly changed. "Emperor Killer Team! It must be so. Why are they attacking us? Could it be that they want to snatch my heaven and earth devil-sealing goblet?" "Young Master Ping, we should leave this place first, then we will contact your grandfather," that black-clothed man said. A few black-clothed men promptly protected Zhang Yunping and flew away at very fast speed. Qin Yun and Yi Yaoshua are now flying towards the depths of the mountain range. "Let's go find Ghost Beast Emperors first," Qin Yun said. "Let's talk after we win the competition. If we can get first place, we will get 6 high-quality Regent Origin Stones. If we get first place, we will split the Regent Origin Stones equally," Yi Yaoshua said. She is also very short on Regent Origin Stones. Especially now that she has joined Star Traveling Pagoda, she can no longer get any resources. Evil wind frequently blows in the Ghost Beast region. No one knows where it is coming from. Ghost beasts don't appear during the day, so they can only go deeper into the mountain range during the day. Night has fallen. Qin Yun and Yi Yaoshua landed on the ground and very carefully moved through a gloomy and dense forest. This dense forest is filled with fishy stench and dense fog. From time to time, cold wind blows along with howling sound. "Senior Sister Yi, should we capture Ghost Beast Emperors alive? Those things should not be easy to capture, right?" Qin Yun asked. At that time they did not say clearly whether or not they wanted to capture him alive. "I also forgot to ask," Yi Yaoshua said. "They gave us Ghost Emperor pouches to store Ghost Beast Emperors, right?" Qin Yun looked all around and said in low voice, "If they want to capture them alive, it will not be that easy. Let's catch him alive. Otherwise, when the time comes, they will say that our Ghost Beast Emperors are dead and refuse to acknowledge it," Yi Yaoshua said in low voice. She released her mental power and carefully observed the surroundings. At night, the dense forest was filled with a gloomy and cold fog, and all kinds of hair-raising howls could be heard. Even Qin Yun and Yi Yaoshua can't help but feel somewhat scared inside. Qin Yun is carrying the Lion King cannon on his shoulder, ready to fire at any time. Formidable Ghost Beast Emperors are not easy to find, they are also not easy to catch. We must think of other methods. Yi Yaoshua lightly sighed. We must think of other methods. Qin Yun took out a spirit-chasing talisman, looked at it and said, "Zhang Yunping and the others are not in the vicinity, they should be very far away from us. This way we can be at ease looking for Ghost Beast Emperors here." Yi Yaoshua asked, "Don't you have a talisman that can find Ghost Beast Emperors?" Qin Yun thought for a bit and said, "I have a kind of devil-chasing talisman, it can track beasts or humans with demonic power inside their bodies." Yi Yaoshua very happily smiled and said, "Ghost Beast Emperors also have demonic power inside their bodies. Take out a devil-chasing talisman and give it a try, maybe it will succeed." Qin Yun took out the devil-chasing talisman and saw it slowly flying towards a certain direction. "It's working," Yi Yaoshua very excitedly said with smile. Let's go. Follow behind me." Qin Yun followed behind Yi Yaoshua, carefully following the devil-chasing talisman. Although there are not many Ghost Beast Emperors, they are still not few and they are very well hidden. Especially since this area is so big, moreover, it is the place where Ghost Beast Emperors grow up, so they can hide very well. Qin Yun is following behind Yi Yaoshua. He somewhat anxiously said, Senior Sister Yi, you should be a bit careful, ghost beast emperors are not weak. Yi Yaoshua said. Rest assured, if I can't defeat them, I will surely run away with you. Qin Yun also took out the soul-chasing talisman to check whether or not Zhang Yunping is in the vicinity. As long as Zhang Yunping is not in the vicinity, he has nothing to worry about. More than an hour later, Qin Yun and Yi Yaoshua finally arrived near a ghost beast emperor. They sensed the aura of a ghost beast emperor just as they entered that area. Roar! Suddenly, an eerie roar that sent chills down one's spine rang out. Yi Yaoshua promptly took out a long saber and excitedly said, "It is in the vicinity." She followed the devil-chasing talisman and slowly walked forward. A burst of gloomy and cold gale suddenly blew over and all the trees in the vicinity were uprooted. It has appeared. Yi Yaoshua leapt towards the wind. The long saber in her hand is overflowing with inscription martial spirit power. Many complex runes are lingering inside the red energy. Qin Yun cursed in his heart, "This reckless woman, why is she so excited?" Originally he wanted to launch a sneak attack, but he did not expect that Yi Yaoshua would go alone to fight the Ghost Beast Emperor. The dense fog in the vicinity suddenly dispersed. Qin Yun saw the appearance of the Ghost Beast Emperor. It is a 20 to 30 meter tall giant beast. The scales on its body look like rocks. They are uneven and there is a black sharp horn on its head that is several meters long. The Ghost Beast Emperor only has one large green eye. Below the eye is a very ugly big mouth filled with sharp teeth. This Ghost Beast Emperor has the body of a bear. It can stand on two legs. The Ghost Beast Emperor is just standing there motionlessly. It is waving its long arms and attacking Yi Yaoshua. The most dreadful thing is that the arms of the Ghost Beast Emperor look like they are made of many twisted black vines. They can grow as they wish and their palms are filled with all kinds of sharp thorns. Yi Yaoshua is very experienced. She knows the most common attacks of the Ghost Beast Emperor, so she can easily dodge them. The Ghost Beast Emperor's arms are like two very large and very flexible whips. It frantically brandished about, wanting to knock Yi Yaoshua down. But Yi Yaoshua is very agile, she can easily dodge the attacks of the Ghost Beast Emperor. Qin Yun is watching from the distance. He has some understanding of the power of the Ghost Beast Emperor. This Ghost Beast Emperor seems to be very weak. Qin Yun said in his heart. It is not that strong, Yi Yaoshua can easily capture it. Ling Yuner said, Xiao Yun, do you know why that woman is so excited? It is as if she has been injected with chicken blood. I don't know, Qin Yun said with frown. Other than using its arms to attack, the Ghost Beast Emperor's big green eye in the middle of its face can release a layer of green mist. With one look, one can tell that it is poisonous. Yi Yaoshua also has a method to defend against poison, so she is not affected by the green gas mist. She looks very relaxed, but she can only dodge the attacks of the Ghost Beast Emperor and hack its arms from time to time. It is impossible to capture the Ghost Beast Emperor in a short period of time. Yi Yaoshua is always dodging to the side of the Ghost Beast Emperor and then brandishing her saber from the side. Red saber energy landed on the arm of the Ghost Beast Emperor and created a large wound. The Ghost Beast Emperor finally roared in anger. Black blood flowed out of the wound on its arm. Yi Yaoshua is not using very strong power because she wants to capture the Ghost Beast Emperor alive. She doesn't dare to seriously injure the Ghost Beast Emperor to avoid death. Qin Yun is just watching from the side. Yi Yaoshua alone is enough to capture it. What he needs to do is to pay attention to the surroundings. If something suddenly attacks him, he must immediately react. It must be known that Yi Yaoshua is releasing a lot of power. It means that her aura will leak out and people with tracking talismans can easily sense her. Zhang Yunping and Yang Chongtian's Emperor Killer team has always wanted to capture Yi Yaoshua. Even though Qin Yun is not fighting, the pressure on him is not small. The red light covering Yi Yaoshua's saber is becoming more and more intense. It means that she is releasing even more power. It is clear that this Ghost Beast Emperor is not easy to deal with. Roar. The Ghost Beast Emperor let out a mournful roar. Its abdomen suddenly swelled up and a head and half of its body came out. This thing. Qin Yun secretly frowned looking at it. It is somewhat similar to the ghost beast you saw in the Cloud Dragon mountain range. Ling Yuner said, Xiao Yun, pay attention to the surroundings. Qin Yun released his very strong mental power that enveloped a radius of several kilometers. If something quickly moves over, he can immediately react. The Ghost Beast Emperor's arms danced even more ferociously. It flung away all the trees in the surroundings and became even more agile. The most dreadful thing is that the half of its body that came out of the Ghost Beast Emperor's abdomen can continuously spit out a black substance from its mouth. It looks like black poisonous mud. Qin Yun released 3 throwing knives and controlled them to fly over and attack the half-human body crazily. The half of its body is a great threat to Yi Yaoxue because the black poisonous liquid it spits out is very formidable. If she touches it, she will be poisoned. The half of its body that came out of the Ghost Beast Emperor's abdomen was pierced by Qin Yun's throwing knives. It is seriously injured. It loudly screamed and struggled, then shrank back into the Ghost Beast Emperor's abdomen. At this time, Yi Yaoxue sensed that the Ghost Beast Emperor's power has weakened a lot. She hastily took out the Ghost Emperor pouch. It became very big and covered the Ghost Beast Emperor's body. The Ghost Beast Emperor continuously struggled. The Ghost Emperor pouch also gradually became smaller. However, just as the Ghost Beast Emperor is about to be captured by the Ghost Emperor pouch, Qin Yun suddenly sensed some people flying over at a very fast speed. Qin Yun took out the spirit-chasing talisman and saw it flickering unceasingly. He anxiously sent sound transmission to Yi Yaoxue. Zhang Yunping and others have arrived? Yi Yaoxue is startled in her heart and said, Forget it, we will give up on this Ghost Beast Emperor, we will hide first. Qin Yun said, It's too late. Zhang Yunping's group arrived very quickly. They surrounded Qin Yun and Yi Yaoxue. Chapter 977. Emperor Killer Team. Zhang Yunping looked at Qin Yun and Yi Yaoxue and said with smile, You two are very awesome. You actually managed to capture Ghost Beast Emperors so quickly. Yi Yaoxue stored the Ghost Emperor pouch, landed beside Qin Yun and said in low voice, Let's go. Zhang Yunping and those 4 black-clothed men also feel that this is very strange. They thought that Qin Yun and Yi Yaoxue were killed. They did not expect them to appear here. Don't go. Do you know that in order to find you, I did not even try to capture Ghost Beast Emperors? Zhang Yunping said with sneer. Zhang Yunping, you brought 4 peak martial emperors here to capture Ghost Beast Emperors, right? You cheated. Yi Yaoxue coldly groaned and said, You cheated, don't tell me you want to attack me? Zhang Yunping laughed loudly and said, So what if I attack you? Yi Yaoxue, from today on, you are mine, I will turn you into my lowly slave. Ha ha ha. Zhang Yunping's confidence is inflated after obtaining the Heaven and Earth Devil Sealing Goblet. He is not afraid of Yi Yaoxue at all. Ignore him, let's go. Yi Yaoxue said to Qin Yun, then pulled him and flew to the sky. She knows that the Heaven and Earth Devil Sealing Goblet is not easy to deal with. Moreover, the other side has 4 peak martial emperors. Don't run. Zhang Yunping saw Yi Yaoxue and Qin Yun holding hands and immediately shouted in anger. Those few black-clothed men also flew up and surrounded Yi Yaoxue and Qin Yun. I will deal with them. Yi Yaoxue took out her saber and released a burst of red light from her body. She controlled the red rune martial spirit's power to form 4 air currents and trapped those 4 old men. Qin Yun also flew down at this time. Zhang Yunping saw Qin Yun land on the ground. His face is filled with excitement as he rushed over. He is holding a crystal bell in his hand. He shook the bell, producing a burst of sound waves that transformed into white ripples that rushed towards Qin Yun. Qin Yun released vibration power and shook away the sound wave. You bastard, do you have some strength? Zhang Yunping said with evil grin. My palm did not kill you, you should have properly hid inside star-traveling pagoda. You actually dared to come here, you are truly courting death. Zhang Yunping, I will settle the matter with you here, Qin Yun said in cold voice. His left hand is holding a half-immortal shield and his right hand is holding 9 Sun Divine Hammer. Haha, you are a very powerful great grandmaster with a set of very powerful equipment. I want to see just how powerful your equipment is today. Zhang Yunping laughed arrogantly. He felt that his heaven and earth devil-sealing goblet was very strong, it was enough to take down this great master in front of him. Qin Yun said with a sneer, comparing equipment? You can't beat me. The heaven and earth devil-sealing goblet in Zhang Yunping's hand suddenly became bigger and soared into the sky. He proudly smiled and said, Are all your equipment immortal tools? Of course it's not an immortal tool. Qin Yun chuckled. His 9 Sun Divine Hammer is a divine tool. Then you are finished today. Zhang Yunping proudly said with an evil grin. Boom. A large bell suddenly dropped down and enveloped Qin Yun inside. Ha ha ha! Zhang Yunping laughed loudly and said, Yi Yaoxue, your man has been captured by me, quickly concede. Yi Yaoxue has been paying attention to Qin Yun's situation, she is very worried in her heart. Seeing Qin Yun trapped by the heaven and earth devil-sealing goblet, she became even more anxious. But she recalled that Qin Yun has mastered a special power that can penetrate through many things, she felt relieved and continued fighting the 4 peak martial emperors. Now Yi Yaoxue has released her power to the pinnacle. She is able to withstand the attacks of those peak martial emperors. Moreover, 2 of them have been hit by her saber a few times. But she is not injured at all. Yi Yaoxue is indifferent, she is still calmly fighting. This caused Zhang Yunping to feel very unhappy. He punched the large crystal goblet and caused it to shake. Bastard, did you see that? Yi Yaoxue is just a selfish woman, in order to preserve her life, she doesn't care about you at all. Zhang Yunping said with sneer. And you think that she is completely willing to be with you, truly ridiculous. Qin Yun said through the transparent crystal goblet. You are even more ridiculous than me. You have known her for so many years, have you ever kissed her? Have you ever touched her hand? You have pursued her for so many years, yet you obtained nothing. And I have not known her for long, yet she took the initiative to kiss me, hold my hand and even took a bath together with me. Don't speak any more. Zhang Yunping furiously punched the large crystal goblet and caused it to shake again. Haha. Why does Yi Yaoxue not like you? Because you are trash. Qin Yun laughed loudly and said, You are a late-stage martial emperor, when you tested your power, you only got 30 dragon power. And I, a martial king, am a bit stronger than you. Yi Yaoxue is not blind, how could she like trash like you? Just you wait, when they capture Yi Yaoxue, I will torture that slut Yi Yaoxue to death in front of you. Zhang Yunping's eyes are red. His face is distorted and his voice is like that of a mad beast. They will be killed by Yi Yaoxue. At that time, she will also kill you. Qin Yun said with smile. Don't be delusional. Yi Yaoxue will be captured. And you, no matter how talented you are, no matter how awesome you are, a venerable master like you will die miserably in my hands. Zhang Yunping grabbed the crystal goblet with his fingernails, gnashed his teeth and said, Rest assured, I will ravage and humiliate Yi Yaoxue and then kill you. Ha ha ha. A guy with a twisted mind like you will surely die under the half-immortal tribulation. Qin Yun shook his head and said, How can I die? Do you know? This is the immortal tool my grandfather gave me. This immortal tool has blocked many half-immortal tribulations for him. Very soon, he will go through 7th tribulation. At that time, this heaven and earth devil-sealing goblet will be mine. Zhang Yunping's face is filled with pride. He laughed loudly and excitedly. And you bullshit venerable master, you will watch as your woman is humiliated by me and then killed by me. While Zhang Yunping is laughing loudly, he suddenly discovered that Qin Yun has disappeared from inside the heaven and earth devil sealing goblet. While he is turning pale with fright, he discovered that many tree vines and tree roots suddenly emerged from the ground and coiled around his body. You want to kill me? Go to hell and keep dreaming. Qin Yun suddenly appeared behind Zhang Yunping, raised his half-immortal shield and swept it towards Zhang Yunping's head. Bang! Zhang Yunping's head has been hit by a half-immortal tool. His head split open and blood flowed out. He loudly screamed. Although Qin Yun used mysterious penetration divine ability to pierce through the heaven and earth devil sealing goblet, he can still enter the ground and then come out again. After being heavily injured, Zhang Yunping's vision became blurry. He wanted to shout, but his whole body suddenly felt incomparable pain. A strange power suddenly entered his body, causing him to feel as if every part of his body is being torn apart. It is as if something is tearing him apart. It is so painful that he loudly screamed. Qin Yun released suffering divine ability power to the extreme. Those 4 black-clothed men also discovered that Zhang Yunping is being counterattacked. They wanted to go over but were blocked by Yi Yaoxue. One black-clothed man disregarded everything and rushed towards Zhang Yunping. He did not even have the time to defend and his body was chopped in half by Yi Yaoxue's dreadful saber energy. The other 3 black-clothed men saw this and realized that it will be difficult for them to get rid of Yi Yaoxue. They can only continue fighting. My grandfather will not let you off. Zhang Yunping shouted loudly. Qin Yun's hammer smashed towards Zhang Yunping's chest. 9 Sun Divine Hammer released fierce flame power, like a furious dragon roaring out. It left behind a large burnt black hole on Zhang Yunping's chest, emitting flames. You want to capture me with just 30 dragon power trash? Qin Yun said with sneer. Then he smashed the half-immortal shield on Zhang Yunping's head. Zhang Yunping can only scream miserably now. He is unable to say anything else. He knows that he is dead for sure. He is also incomparably scared. He wants to beg for mercy, but he is unable to open his mouth. Qin Yun stored the heaven and earth devil sealing goblet into the 3rd pearl of the 9 Sun Divine Soul and handed it over to Yao Fang so that she can remove the mental imprint inside. Zhang Yunping saw that the heaven and earth devil sealing goblet has been snatched away. He is filled with anger and despair in his heart. Me and senior sister Yi were capturing ghost beast emperors. Why did you come looking for trouble with us? You still want to capture us? Now you know fear. Qin Yun jumped up and smashed down on the ground with his hammer, releasing a violent flame and thunder and lightning. It is as if a mad dragon is roaring in anger. Boom boom! Ferocious power rushed out from 9 Sun Divine Hammer and attacked down from the sky, enveloping Zhang Yunping. Ferocious thunder and fire rushed out and tore apart Zhang Yunping in a flash, turning him into ashes. When Qin Yun used 9 Sun Divine Hammer, his power increased by several times. There is only 1 black-clothed man left on Yi Yaoxue's side. The other 3 black-clothed men are scattered all over the ground. They have all been chopped into 8 pieces. Qin Yun rushed over and took out those Dao cores. Those are all peak martial emperor's Dao cores. Why are you running? Zhang Yunping is dead. Are you not going to be buried with him? Yi Yaoxue coldly groaned. She looked at the black-clothed man fleeing in the sky, then rushed over in a flash. She brandished her saber and released a burst of chaotic and tyrannical saber energy that chopped that martial emperor into many pieces. Boom! That black-clothed man's Dao core was hit and exploded in the sky. Are you all right? Qin Yun looked at Yi Yaoxue flying down from the sky like a quick-witted fairy. Yi Yaoxue smiled sweetly and said, I am all right, what about you? I am also all right. Qin Yun looked at the messy scene all around and said, There are many remnant auras here, especially your special power. It can be easily recognized. We should quickly clean up this place. How should we clean up? Yi Yaoxue also knows that it will be very troublesome if any clues are found. because Zhang Rong's heaven and earth devil sealing goblet has been lost. He will do his utmost to search for it. You don't need to clean up, we will help you clean up. A burst of cold laughter suddenly came from the sky. We will take care of you as well. A sharp voice echoed through the sky, causing the heaven and earth to become a bit colder. Formless killing intent blotted out the sky and covered the earth in a flash and enveloped them. Qin Yun and Yi Yaoshua are startled in their hearts, they hastily stood together, they both know who has arrived. Chapter 978. Chapter 978. Chapter 978. Killing Formation. Emperor Killer team members are wearing black armor and helmet. From the runes on their armor, it can be seen that they are all King Grade Dao tools. Qin Yun now knows why Emperor Killer team is so strong. Yi Yaoshua is standing beside Qin Yun. She is very nervous and scared. There are 5 people in Emperor Killer team. They are surrounding Qin Yun and Yi Yaoshua in the middle. The swords in their hands are all King Grade Dao tools. I recognize your aura, you are all Yang Chongtian's sons. Yi Yaoshua suddenly yelled after sensing the familiar aura. Yi Yaoshua, father is very sad that you left First Pagoda. If you capture that guy and force him to hand over the heaven and earth devil sealing goblet, Pagoda Master will disregard past enmity and give you generous resources just like before. One person pointed at Qin Yun and said. Judging from his voice, he is an old man. He is the leader of this Emperor Killer team. Yi Yaoshua also said that all the members of this Emperor Killer team are Yang Chongtian's sons. Although they are not half immortals, their equipment is very strong, no wonder they are so awesome. You want to obtain the heaven and earth devil sealing goblet? Yi Yaoshua said in cold voice, her lily-white hands are tightly holding the saber hilt, sweating profusely. She has no confidence in escaping from the Emperor Killer team's encirclement. Qin Xiaoyun, I will stay behind and fight them, you run first. Yang Chongtian's grandson has always wanted me, they won't harm me. Yi Yaoshua sent sound transmission to Qin Yun. We will leave together. No matter what, I am still a pagoda master, I cannot abandon my disciple. Qin Yun replied and then took out 5 talismans. Emperor Killer team's 5 people saw Qin Yun take out 5 talismans and promptly retreated a few steps. They don't dare to look down on this venerable inscription master. They saw how Qin Yun killed Zhang Yunping from the distance. Moreover, they are suspecting Qin Yun. Many explosions occurred in the mountain range, they are all caused by Qin Yun. Because Qin Yun's explosions are too fierce, space inside the mountain range has been cracked and cannot be restored. Even sound transmission magic tools have lost their effectiveness. Emperor Killer Team wants to contact Yang Chongtian but they can't and they don't want to go back. Stop struggling. Hand over the heaven and earth devil sealing goblet and we will let you go. The old man shouted. These few people are peak martial emperors. If they can obtain the heaven and earth devil sealing goblet, they can use it to cross tribulation. Therefore, they don't dare to act recklessly. They are worried that the heaven and earth devil sealing goblet will disappear along with Qin Yun. Yi Yaoshua also knows that when Qin Yun attacked Zhang Yunping, he used up all his powerful artillery shells. Moreover, they are surrounded by 5 very strong peak martial emperors. It is very difficult for them to escape, otherwise they would also be affected. Qin Yun smiled and said, You want the heaven and earth devil sealing goblet? Alright, I'll give it to you. With that said, the heaven and earth devil sealing goblet appeared in his hand. The members of the Emperor Killer Team were excited when they saw the immortal weapon. Qin Yun vigorously threw the heaven and earth devil sealing goblet. Just as those assassins wanted to jump up to catch it, they saw the heaven and earth devil sealing goblet suddenly split into 5 and flew towards 5 different directions. Moreover, the speed is very fast. 5 killers, each chasing one, they also knew that 4 of them were definitely fake. Let's go. Qin Yun and Yi Yaoshua hid themselves and flew towards the sky. Rumble. An intense explosion occurred at the place where he killed Zhang Yunping. Those are the Tao cores of the peak martial emperors Qin Yun left behind. After they exploded, all traces and aura of that place will be destroyed. The 5 assassins of the Emperor Killer Team are chasing after the Heaven and Earth Devil Sealing Goblet. Suddenly they sensed a burst of intense fluctuation coming from behind them and felt extremely apprehensive. Now they can be sure that those strong explosions were caused by Qin Yun. Those are Tao cores exploding. That bastard can actually make Tao cores explode at will. An assassin loudly cursed. He can only fly to the sky and grab the Heaven and Earth Devil Sealing Goblet. The other 4 assassins also grabbed the Heaven and Earth Devil Sealing Goblet, then flew to the sky and looked at the sea of flames below. The Heaven and Earth Devil Sealing Goblet they are holding looks very real. Very soon, it turned into a very hard talisman. Boom! A burst of explosion came from the sky. All the talismans in the hands of the Emperor Killer Team exploded. The 5 assassins of the Emperor Killer Team immediately roared in anger. Even though they are not injured, they have never suffered this kind of loss before. You truly gave the Heaven and Earth Devil Sealing Goblet to them? Yi Yaoshu feels that it is somewhat regretful. She lightly sighed and said, "How is this possible? I made them with talismans. They are special talismans, they can turn into small things and then fly very fast. If they return to their original form, they will explode," Qin Yun said with smile. "You are truly something." Yi Yaoshua sweetly smiled, but then she became worried. "They know that you killed Zhang Yunping. If they can't obtain the Heaven and Earth Devil Sealing Goblet, they will surely inform Zhang Rong. It will be very troublesome. I will kill those 5 bastards." Qin Yun looked at a tall mountain ahead and said, "We will enter the belly of that mountain. I want to refine something to deal with them." Yi Yaoshua took out a sound transmission magic tool, tested it and said, "We still can't send messages to the outside. You must quickly think of a way to kill those guys." If it was before, Yi Yaoshua would not believe that Qin Yun could kill those peak martial emperors, but now she doesn't dare to doubt it. Forget about peak martial emperors, it is very possible that he can even kill half immortals. Qin Yun and Yi Yaoshua entered the belly of the mountain, using mysterious penetration divine ability, and opened up a stone room inside. He took out Heavenly Lion Dragon Suppressing Cauldron, 9 Sun Divine Hammer and some black crystal beast bones. Yi Yaoshua is looking from the side and asked in low voice, "Do you need my help?" "Yes, in a moment you need to channel energy into me. I will consume a lot of energy." Qin Yun took off his upper garment, inhaled a few mouthfuls of air, then took out some flag formation and covered the stone room, isolating the aura of this stone room. After ensuring that this place is safe, Qin Yun let Zi Qingqing and Shui Tianzi come out. Yi Yaoshua secretly exclaimed in admiration seeing these 2 beautiful and moving absolute charm concubines. She also despised Qin Yun in her heart because he actually brought along 2 peerless beauties. What made her despise them even more was that as soon as these 2 peerless beauties came out and greeted her, they were ordered to work by Qin Yun. They smelted the materials, sorted the materials, and cut the animal skins. Zi Qingqing and Shui Tianzi have no complaints because this is what they promised Qin Yun to do. The 2 of them followed Qin Yun. Not only did they do odd jobs for him, they also cultivated together with him. Therefore their cultivation advanced by leaps and bounds together with Qin Yun. "What do you want to refine?" Yi Yaoshua curiously asked. "I want to refine a flag formation." Qin Yun laughed. "With our current strength, it will not be easy to deal with those 5 guys, we can only rely on formation. Emperor Killer Team is very well trained, they won't fall for your traps so easily." Yi Yaoshua somewhat anxiously said, "Are you sure you can make them fall into your formation trap?" "You will know when the time comes," Qin Yun said with mischievous smile. He is very confident. "Little brother Yun, you want to play dirty again? Are the opponents this time very strong? I have never seen you refine a flag formation just to deal with others." Shui Tianzi said in a sweet and charming manner. Her voice and appearance are both very charming. Even Yi Yaoshua feels that Shui Tianzi is an extraordinarily beautiful woman who is filled with allure from head to toe. Even she wants to get her hands on such a naturally charming woman. These guys are indeed very strong. I will have to use some tricks. Naturally, this is the first time I am using this kind of method. I hope it will be successful, Qin Yun said. Qin Yun is forging the beast skin used in the flag formation. This beast skin is used to craft king-grade Dao talismans. The flag formation he is refining is also a king-grade Dao talisman. Zi Qingqing said with smile. Little brat, is this beautiful woman your new girlfriend? She is only my senior sister. Qin Yun glanced at Yi Yaoshua and said with smile. But she bragged to everyone that I am her man. She is truly shameless. Now everyone thinks that I am her man. Yi Yaoshua is somewhat angry, but she cannot say anything because this is indeed the case. She also bragged to Zhang Yunping that Qin Yun is her man before. When do you want my help? She lightly groaned, wrinkled her delicate nose and asked. Let's start now. Put your hand on my back, remember, don't touch randomly. Qin Yun said. What is there to touch? Yi Yaoshua placed her lily-white hand on Qin Yun's burning hot and robust back and said disdainfully. Yi Yaoshua's power is very strong. She poured in a lot of power in a short while. Shui Tianzi handed over the tidied-up beast skin to Qin Yun, then vigorously rubbed Qin Yun's upper body a few times. Then she continued working with a charming smile on her face. The main reason Qin Yun is consuming energy is because he is carving runes. He is condensing very strong energy to carve runes. This way the runes will have even more power. Moreover, he is also drawing out the energy from regent origin stones and pouring it into the flag formation. The process is very complicated. For 3 days and 3 nights, Qin Yun did not stop at all. He is carving complex runes. After Shui Tianzi and Zi Qingqing finished their work, they returned to the 9 Sun Divine Soul's third pearl and continued studying with Yao Fang. Finally finished, Qin Yun looked at the dozens of flag formation and said with smile, Let's go, we will go plant the flags now. This kind of flag formation is at least Dao tier. You can make it in 3 days, isn't it too fast? Is it really useful? Yi Yaoshua is amazed and also somewhat doubtful. I will know after trying. I will rest for a bit before going out. Oh, that's right, I will take a bath. Do you want to join me? Qin Yun finished speaking and took out a very large square bathtub. Only a ghost would want to join you. Yi Yaoshua very disdainfully glared at Qin Yun. After resting, Qin Yun brought Yi Yaoshua out and taught her how to plant the flags. The two of them joined hands and very quickly planted the flags in the forest, forming a 1-kilometer-wide circle. While planting the flags, Qin Yun and Yi Yaoshua deliberately released their aura so that the Emperor Killer Team can sense them. Those 5 people from the Emperor Killer Team are very angry because they were tricked by Qin Yun's shape-shifting Dao talisman and even had their faces blown up. Chapter 979. First Heavenly Might. Chapter 979. First Heavenly Might. Yaoshua sensed that the Emperor Killer Squad is approaching and said in low voice, Shao Yun, we are in the middle of the formation, will there be any problem? Relax, nothing will happen, just wait and see, you don't need to do anything. Qin Yun took out the Heaven and Earth Devil Sealing Goblet, enlarged it and covered them inside. Now that Yao Fang has erased Heaven and Earth Devil Sealing Goblet's spiritual brand, Qin Yun can drip blood on it to recognize it as its master. Moreover, he is an inscription master, so he can easily control the goblet. It must be known that not everyone can easily erase the spirit imprint in an immortal tool. Yao Fang is an immortal king, and her spirit power is very strong. Moreover, she has mastered a special technique, which is why she can easily erase it. Yi Yaoshua said in amazement, You just obtained it not long ago and you can already use it? It seems like it needs to be refined, and it will take a long time to erase the spiritual imprint. Qin Yun said with smile, "This small matter is not difficult for me." Yi Yaoshua also laughed and said, "That's right, you are a venerable master." Not long after, the Emperor Killer Team arrived. They are still 5 people. As soon as they arrived, they surrounded them. "Ha ha ha! Do you think that by hiding in the heaven and earth devil sealing goblet, we can't do anything to you?" An old man laughed heartily and said, "You have just obtained the heaven and earth devil sealing goblet, you won't be able to fully control it. Big brother, let's start. Send the heaven and earth devil sealing goblet flying." Ling Yi said. "All right, hurry up and do it, lest that brat plays any tricks." The members of the Earth Killer Squad immediately attacked. They sent out balls of berserk energy that turned into balls of light and ferociously smashed into the heaven and earth demon sealing goblet. Boom, boom, boom. A series of tremors continued for a moment. Only then did it stop. The heaven and earth devil sealing goblet was also shrouded in dust. What was even more frightening was that the heaven and earth devil sealing goblet didn't seem to be damaged at all. When the heaven and earth devil sealing goblet is attacked, it can generate very strong defensive power. Qin Yun is secretly alarmed. This immortal tool consumes a lot of energy. Luckily it is filled with Sister Yao Fang's immortal power. If I were to inject my own energy, I wouldn't be able to sustain it for long. His heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron was stored by Yao Fang. Yi Yaoshua sent sound transmission to Qin Yun. "Is your formation working?" Qin Yun replied, "Now is not the time to open it." She also doesn't know what kind of formation it is, so she can only wait patiently. The few members of the Emperor Killer Team unleashed a gale, blowing away the dust around the heaven and earth devil sealing goblet. Qin Yun and Yi Yaoshua are safe and sound inside. This caused them to become even more crazy and excited because the heaven and earth devil sealing goblets might far surpass their imagination. "Let's continue to attack. This time, use our strongest power." The leader shouted, "Use all your strength and kill them." The 5 members of the Emperor Killer Team suddenly released powerful energy, causing the ground around them to violently tremble. Is it the effect of the flag array? Yi Yaoshua excitedly sent sound transmission to Qin Yun. "No, it's caused by their formidable energy," Qin Yun replied. Yi Yaoshua's expression slightly changed. She continued to send sound transmission. "Xiao Yun, when can you activate that flag array of yours? Can you really kill these guys?" She is very clear about how strong the Emperor Killer Team is. Moreover, they are all equipped with powerful equipment. If she wants to kill them in one go, she will need the power of a half-immortal. Qin Yun smiled and said with voice transmission, "Don't worry, the power released by my formation is extremely terrifying. Our joint attack will surely be able to kill them through the heaven and earth devil sealing goblet." The leader excitedly said, "So long as we kill them, the heaven and earth devil sealing goblet will be ours." The power gathered by the Emperor Killer Team is becoming stronger and stronger. The earth is fiercely shaking, wind and clouds are roaring in the sky. After all, this is the power of 5 peak martial emperors. Now that they have gathered together, it is enough to kill a half-immortal. Yi Yaoshua's expression is grave. She also doesn't know how dreadful Qin Yun's formation is. She can't help but feel very nervous in her heart, but after seeing Qin Yun's calm expression, she gradually calmed down. "It's about time." Qin Yun sensed the aura of the Emperor Killer Team and said in his heart. Then he closed his eyes and began activating the flag formation. "Senior Sister Yi, it has begun," Qin Yun said through sound transmission. "It has begun?" Yi Yaoshua looked all around. She is also looking forward to the power released by the formation. However, even after waiting for a while, there is still no movement. The entire area is still filled with the Emperor Killer Team's berserk energy. The Emperor Killer Team is certain that Qin Yun and Yi Yaoshua can't run away, so they have enough time to condense energy. The originally dusky sky is now filled with large black clouds. The dense black clouds are churning like crazy devils, baring their fangs and brandishing their claws. It is very scary. What is that? Is that the power of your flag formation? Yi Yaoshua looked at the movement in the sky and said in fear. After the black clouds appeared, a very dreadful oppressive might rushed down. This oppressive might is precisely heavenly might. Qin Yun said with smile. It is not the power of the flag formation, it is just being attracted by the flag formation. Those guys are all peak martial emperors, they are about to cross tribulation. The only use of my flag formation is to draw down half immortal tribulation for them. Yi Yaoshua is dumbstruck in shock, she is looking at the lightning that is unceasingly dropping down from the sky. Big brother, what is going on? An assassin looked at the sky and yelled in alarm. Not good, it is half immortal tribulation. Half immortal tribulation? It is not yet time for us to cross tribulation. Maybe the power condensed by us is too strong, causing the tribulation to arrive ahead of time. Impossible. This kind of thing has never happened before. Qin Yun suddenly burst into loud laughter. Dear friends, I am the one who helped you draw down half immortal tribulation ahead of time. You are all wearing helmets, even though I cannot see your appearance, I can tell from your voices that you are all very old. Therefore, I guess that you have been stuck in this bottleneck for many years. Therefore, I specially made a tribulation drawing Dao formation to draw down tribulation for you by borrowing the power condensed by you. Dear friends, you are all very strong, you will surely be able to cross half immortal tribulation and become half immortals, you will be able to live for another 10 to 20,000 years. Ha ha ha. No need to thank me. We are all disciples of the same sect. This is as easy as lifting a finger for me. You should properly cross tribulation. Bastard! The leader of the group furiously roared. Qin Yun replied with clear and bright laughter. The bodies of the 5 assassins of the Emperor Killer Team are shivering. It is unknown whether it is because of anger or fear or both. Boom boom boom. Tribulation thunder fell down, it is very thick, very bright and very loud. The energy condensed by the 5 assassins did not even have time to attack and scattered the tribulation thunder. They are now completely enveloped by the dense and chaotic tribulation thunder. Although Qin Yun and Yi Yaoshua are safe inside the heaven and earth devil sealing goblet, they can still feel the dreadful aura of the heavenly might. Yi Yaoshua is very scared and tightly hugged Qin Yun. Normally she is not afraid of heaven or earth, but now she is unbearably scared under the ferocious heavenly might tribulation thunder. It is not that she has never seen other people cross tribulation, but she has only seen it from far away. And now she is in the center of the tribulation, she is watching other people cross tribulation from a very close distance. It must be known that when she saw other half-immortals cross tribulation before, many formidable half-immortals were chopped into mincemeat on the spot. Therefore, she is very afraid of this kind of tribulation thunder. Qin Yun cursed in low voice. This devil woman Yi, why are you hugging me so tightly? Yi Yaoshua anxiously yelled in low voice. We are in the center of the tribulation, won't we be killed by the tribulation thunder? Don't pretend, you are just pretending to be afraid of taking advantage of me. Qin Yun grabbed Yi Yaoshua's lily-white hand, wanting to pry it away. I am really afraid. Yi Yaoshua stamped her feet. Alright. Qin Yun ignored her and earnestly sensed the aura of the heavenly might. He closed his eyes and entered a very tranquil state. His heart is like still water as he sensed the mysteries of the dreadful aura. Earlier when he was watching old Faetian cross tribulation from far away, he gained some understanding of heavenly might. And now he is in the center of the tribulation, moreover he is very safe. He can calm his heart and comprehend heavenly might. Although he has heavenly might Dao technique, he is unable to grasp it. He has been thinking of ways to learn it for many days. Although Yi Yaoxue and Qin Yun are protected by the heaven and earth devil sealing goblet, the aura of the tribulation thunder is filled with deterrence and can penetrate through the goblet, causing Yi Yaoxue's face to turn deathly pale in fright. She now has no choice but to admire Qin Yun. Even in this kind of environment, he is still calmly standing there with his eyes closed. He is not at all intimidated by the heavenly might. Rumble. Tribulation thunder keeps falling down without any sign of stopping. However, the tribulation thunder of 5 peak martial emperors must be stronger and more numerous. It far surpasses the might of individual tribulation. Therefore, it is very taboo to cross tribulation with many people. It will be very dangerous. Qin Yun is not intimidated by the heavenly might because he wants to control the heavenly might. He cannot be afraid. Now that he is in an ethereal state, he suddenly has a kind of strange feeling. This kind of feeling is very wonderful. It is as if he can condense some kind of power. Could it be that I have comprehended it? After he opened his eyes, his body slightly trembled and a dreadful heavenly might rushed out, causing Yi Yaoxue to cry out in fear. Yi Yaoxue was originally hugging Qin Yun, but now she is so scared that she hid to the side. Success? Qin Yun is somewhat doubtful in his heart. Then he recalled the Heavenly Might Dao Technique's short phrase. Heavenly Might Dao Technique's first layer comprehension. Heavenly Might is vast and mighty. It can fuse the power of Heavenly Might into any power. It can greatly increase one's power. At the same time, it can also have a mental intimidation effect. Qin Yun is very happy in his heart. He has successfully comprehended the Heavenly Might Dao Technique. Even though it is only first layer comprehension, it is still something to be proud of. It must be known that even Yao Feng and Xie Qiru, these formidable immortals, are helpless against the profound Heavenly Might Dao Technique. Chapter 980. The secret of the demon beast. Yi Yaoxue's eyes are wide open as she stared at Qin Yun. She also doesn't know what Qin Yun did just now. He unexpectedly released a power as dreadful as tribulation thunder. Qin Yun is very excited. He immediately reported this news to Yao Feng. Sister Yao Feng, I have mastered Heaven's Might Dao Technique. Even though it is only first layer comprehension, it can increase my power. How is this possible? You're not even an immortal yet you've mastered the Tao of Heaven's Might? This is a very profound Tao technique. Yao Feng's voice is filled with disbelief. If you don't believe me, then forget it. Wait for the opportunity, I will let you experience it. Qin Yun laughed proudly. Forget about the current you. Even in your previous life, you would not have been able to master the Heaven's Might Dao technique so quickly. Yao Feng still did not believe it because with her understanding of Heaven's Might Dao technique, it was impossible for anyone to grasp it so quickly. It wasn't just the Heaven's Might Dao technique, even the low-ranked Dao techniques were hard to master. Qin Yun tried releasing Heavenly Might earlier, but he knew that it would consume a lot of energy. He could only maintain it for tens of seconds. This was mainly because his cultivation was too low, and the energy stored in his body was limited. Rumble, the tribulation lightning outside still did not stop, continuously striking the 5 howling killers. Qin Yun chuckled and said, Senior Sister Yi, it's pretty good to watch someone go through tribulation at such a close distance, right? Yi Yaoxue came back to her senses and said, It is indeed very good, but it is very scary. Qin Yun shook his head and said with a smile, You are already frightened? Then how was he going to pass the heavenly tribulation in the future? Half-immortal 7th tribulation is the scariest. Yi Yaoxue asked, Have you seen it? Qin Yun nodded. Lan Suyao suddenly attracted 7th tribulation. He saw it with his own eyes. Yi Yaoxue took a deep breath and said, Half-immortal tribulation is the final tribulation before ascending to immortal desolate. It is very dreadful. Did that person cross it? Qin Yun said with smile. Of course I did. That person is my friend. She is an ice-cold beauty. A woman? Awesome. Yi Yaoshua's jade-like face is filled with yearning as she exclaimed in admiration. You'll be able to get through it in the future. Qin Yun said with smile. You see, this heaven and earth devil sealing goblet is very awesome. When you cross tribulation, I can lend it to you. Alright, I will definitely come and find you when the time comes. Yi Yaoshua now knows how formidable the heaven and earth devil sealing goblet is. Little bastard with the surname Qin, you will die a horrible death. Before I die, I curse you to never be reincarnated. An assassin shouted. The armor on his body had long since been smashed to pieces. My dear friend, your soul is about to fly away and scatter, you should recall some beautiful things. Qin Yun said with smile. It would be such a pity to die with such great resentment. I'm about to die, and you're still talking about memories? Bastard. Before the assassin could finish cursing, he was struck by a bolt of purple lightning. His body cracked open and his head was smashed. Another one died. Qin Yun shook his head and said, These guys look so rude and unreasonable, but they are actually such trash. In this desolate land, there were 3 charred people lying on the ground. They were all members of the Emperor Killer team. The other 2 also couldn't hold on any longer. They loudly cursed Qin Yun with fear and anger as they were struck by the tribulation lightning and turned into roasted pigs. The 5 people who were going through tribulation have died. The thick clouds in the sky also gradually dispersed. Qin Yun saw that the sky has become very blue. He stored the heaven and earth devil sealing goblet and handed it over to Yao Fong to charge. The goblet still has 50% energy left. It can still resist tribulation lightning. Yi Yaoshua let out a long sigh. She is filled with endless regret. Yang Chongtian's Emperor Killer team, who caused people to tremble with fear just hearing their name, have been killed just like this. The Dao core is still here, it is just a bit damaged. Qin Yun walked over and took out the Dao core. Are those things that explode very fiercely made from Dao core? Yi Yaoshua asked. More or less. Don't go around talking nonsense. Qin Yun said with smile. This is taboo, no matter where you are not allowed to use other people's Dao core to attack. Yi Yaoshua's elegant brows are slightly creased, she lightly groaned and said, When you use it, be a bit careful, don't let other people discover it. It's fine, it's not like I haven't been discovered before. Qin Yun said with smile. I often used it before, many people died because of it. What a treacherous guy. Yi Yaoshua suddenly realized that she is still too young. Although she is invincible on the battle stage, when facing people with powerful equipment and many tricks, she will only be able to die under their schemes. She might not even know how she died under their schemes. Qin Yun took out 5 Martial Emperor Dao cores and said, These Dao cores are a bit damaged, but it doesn't matter, their might is still very strong. If some blind guy comes to provoke me, I will use these Dao cores to entertain them. Heh. Yi Yaoshua can already imagine the fate of First Pagoda and Yang Chongtian. Because First Pagoda's Yang Chongtian swindled Qin Yun and Qin Yun said ruthless words to make First Pagoda pay the price. We should leave this place first. Yi Yaoshua said. Qin Yun looked all around. That flag formation has been destroyed by tribulation lightning, there is no aura of us here, we don't need to clean up the scene. He threw the corpses of the 5 assassins into the heavenly lion-dragon suppressing cauldron and burned them. Yi Yaoshua took out the devil-chasing talisman, looked towards a direction and said, We should continue killing ghost beast emperors, there is still some time left. Qin Yun nodded and followed behind Yi Yaoshua. There should be no one left to deal with us. Yi Yaoshua tidied up her somewhat messy hair and tied it up again. She is wearing tight white clothes. The outline of her tall and sexy body is outlined, making her look even more beautiful and moving, brimming with vitality. Qin Yun flew with her and asked, You killed many ghost beast emperors before, right? Why did you kill ghost beast emperors? Yi Yaoshua replied with smile. Of course it is to complete the trial mission. First pagodas, martial emperors and martial kings frequently go out to gain experience and train. They join hands to capture ghost beast emperors. Qin Yun thought for a bit and asked again, "Is the horn of a ghost beast emperor a good thing?" "It can't be considered as a good thing. Back when I was in First Pagoda, I had to hand over the ghost beast emperors I killed to Pagoda Master. But I and many other people secretly dissected the bodies of ghost beast emperors. There was nothing good inside." Yi Yaoshua shook her head and said, "That is impossible. Ghost beast emperors are not weak. No matter how weak they are, it is impossible for there to be nothing good inside their bodies. Apart from the horn, there is nothing else valuable inside?" Qin Yun said, "We caught a ghost beast emperor before, let's kill it and take a look." "Don't try, I killed many of them before, I checked them carefully, there is nothing good inside." Yi Yaoshua shook her head and sighed. "Not to mention me, even many Tao inscription masters of the pagoda wanted to find something good inside the body of a ghost beast emperor, but they didn't find anything." Qin Yun is even more doubtful and said, "Give me the ghost emperor pouch." Yi Yaoshua took out the ghost emperor pouch and handed it over to Qin Yun. "I will satisfy your curiosity. You kill this ghost beast emperor, we will go catch a stronger one." Qin Yun handed over the ghost emperor pouch to Yao Feng so that she can properly study it. The ghost beast emperor inside the ghost emperor pouch is alive. After Yao Feng released it from the third pearl of Nine Sun Divine Soul, she killed it in 2 or 3 strikes and began studying it. Qin Yun and Yi Yaoshua followed the devil-chasing talisman and began searching for ghost beast emperors. Not long after, Yao Feng found something and said, "Qin Yun, there is a very hard stone inside the head of the ghost beast emperor. I used a great amount of power to open it. There is a low-quality regent origin stone inside." Qin Yun, who is flying in the sky, is startled and promptly stopped. Yi Yaoshua vigilantly looked all around, took out a long saber and said in low voice, "Is someone coming?" "Senior Sister Yi, is there a very hard stone inside the head of the ghost beast emperor?" Qin Yun asked. "Indeed, although that stone is very hard, it is not a good material. Those Tao inscription masters studied it and said that it is a stone made of impurities. It is filled with evil power. If it is broken, it is very easy to be poisoned." Yi Yaoshua said. Qin Yun brought Yi Yaoshua and landed on a plain below. Then he took out the corpse of the ghost beast emperor. Yi Yaoshua said in amazement, "When did you kill a ghost beast emperor?" "Don't worry about it." Qin Yun took out a stone that has been cut in 2 by Yao Feng and said, "When you dissected a ghost beast emperor, did the stone inside its head look like this?" Yi Yaoshua is again startled. She nodded and said, "You cut it? It is very hard to cut it, moreover it is also very difficult to smelt it." Qin Yun said with smile, "Guess what I found inside?" "What did you find? Evil poison?" Yi Yaoshua said with frown. "It's this." Qin Yun took out a low-quality regent origin stone. This low-quality regent origin stone is very small. It is very rare to see such a small regent origin stone. It looks like it has just formed. Yi Yaoshua looked at the regent origin stone, took a few deep breaths and took it. She stuffed it into the 2 halves of the black stone and found that it fits perfectly. There is no evil poison inside the hard stone inside the head of the regent origin stone. There is a regent origin stone inside. I have been deceived. That bastard Yang Chongtian. Yi Yaoshua cursed in low voice. For so many years, so many disciples helped him capture ghost beast emperors, yet they were all given to him for free. He must have known that there are regent origin stones inside. Qin Yun said, "The stronger the ghost beast emperor is, the higher the quality of the regent origin stone inside its head." Yi Yaoshua became even more angry. That bastard Yang Chongtian has deceived us for so long. No wonder other pagoda did not hunt ghost beast emperors, only he sent disciples to hunt them all day long. Moreover, he caused many disciples to die and cripple many disciples. Qin Yun said, Yang Chongtian and other higher-ups must have known about this matter. Moreover, they must have a secret method to extract regent origin stones from stones. It doesn't matter, we should quickly go capture more ghost beast emperors. Yi Yaoshua soared to the sky. Thinking about how she has been cheated by Yang Chongtian for so many years, her heart is filled with anger. I said, ghost beast emperors are so strong, there must be good things inside their bodies. Qin Yun said with smile. Chapter 981. Chapter 981. Spirit Beast Tide. Qin Yun saw Yi Yaoshua's beautiful face is filled with hidden bitterness and said with smile, "You also obtained many resources from First Pagoda, be content." Yi Yaoshua furiously said, "But I also contributed greatly to First Pagoda. They gave me rewards, they are what I deserve. If not for me, First Pagoda would not have been able to maintain first place for so long. It is not a problem for them to let us kill Ghost Beast Emperors, but they purposely hid the things inside the Ghost Beast Emperors. They are in the wrong. I have not obtained many Regent Origin Stones in all these years. Adding them up, I only obtained 300 low-quality Regent Origin Stones. And I have killed several hundred Ghost Beast Emperors. It seems like First Pagoda is truly evil." Qin Yun said. First Pagoda provided us with a formation to quickly release the energy inside the Regent Origin Stones. Even so, First Pagoda is still evil. Yi Yaoshua thought about it. She feels that she has suffered a great loss and became even more unhappy in her heart. Qin Yun said with smile, "You pretended to be generous before and didn't want a portion of the resources, now you have become stupid." Yi Yaoshua gnashed her jade-like teeth in anger. She looked at Qin Yun with hidden bitterness and said, "Don't provoke me, believe it or not, I will hit you." "All right, I won't say any more." Qin Yun waved his hand and said with smile, "We will now go capture even more Ghost Beast Emperors. There is not enough time, how many can we capture?" Yi Yaoshua lightly sighed and said, "We will return in a few days." "Return for what?" "First Pagoda's rewards are given to them because they are happy. Zhang Yunping is dead. First Pagoda will surely reduce the rewards in the upcoming competition." Qin Yun said. "That's right. Even if we capture very strong Ghost Beast Emperors, we will only get 6 high-quality Regent Origin Stones. If we stay here for a bit longer, we will get even more Regent Origin Stones." Yi Yaoshua's eyes lit up. Indeed, since Zhang Yunping is dead, the first place will be obtained by Boss Ye and the others. Qin Yun said with smile, "Not just First Pagoda disciples." Yi Yaoshua nodded and said, "All right, we will hunt Ghost Beast Emperors here. Qin Yun can take out Regent Origin Stones from the hard cores of Ghost Beast Emperors, so as long as there are enough Ghost Beast Emperors here, they will be able to obtain even more. Why don't we go to the Ghost Beast Remote Lake?" Qin Yun said with a slightly excited smile. "There must be a large number of ghost beasts inside. When the time comes, we can kill them all." "This won't do. The Ghost Beast Emperors inside the Ghost Beast Remote Lake are too strong. If we encounter even stronger Ghost Beast Emperors, I am worried that we will die inside. We should just chase after the Ghost Beast Emperors, don't take risks," Yi Yaoshua said with urgency. Qin Yun curled his lips and said, "If we don't take risks, how can we quickly obtain Regent Origin Stones?" Yi Yaoshua shook her head and said, "You don't know how dreadful the Ghost Beast Emperors inside the Ghost Beast Remote Lake are. Even half-immortals don't dare to come close." Qin Yun took out the Heaven and Earth Devil Sealing Goblet and said with proud smile, "I have this thing, nothing will happen to me. This is an immortal artifact that specializes in restraining evil spirits." Yi Yaoshua looked at the Heaven and Earth Devil Sealing Goblet, her long and shapely eyebrows creased as she said, "This kind of powerful immortal tool needs to be recharged. You used it to resist half-immortal tribulation, it must have consumed a lot of energy, right?" "It was filled by me," Qin Yun said with smile. "This kind of problem is not difficult for me. Alright, then let's go to the Ghost Beast remote lake. Yi Yaoshua hesitated for a bit and then agreed. Do you know where the Ghost Beast remote lake is? Qin Yun asked. Of course I do. I also wanted to go there back then, so I obtained a map of it. Yi Yaoshua took out a beast skin, then stopped and floated in the sky with Qin Yun to check the map. After they confirmed the direction, they set off. 10 million Ghost Beast remote lake. Yang Chongtian and Zhang Rong are inside a secret room in First Pagoda. Their expression is filled with grief. The Emperor Killer Squad that Yang Chongtian dispatched was made up of his 5 sons, but now they are all dead. Zhang Rong's grandson Zhang Yunping also died along with a few peak martial emperor bodyguards. My Emperor Killer Squad can kill half-immortals. Moreover, they are all equipped with the best equipment. Even if they encountered second or third tribulation half-immortals, they would not be killed so easily. If they encountered fourth or fifth tribulation half-immortals, it would be impossible for all 5 of them to be killed. 1 or 2 would be able to escape. Yang Chongtian said in grief and indignation. Could it be that a 6th tribulation half-immortal took action? Zhang Rong's expression became gloomy. He gnashed his teeth and said, Yunping is dead. The heaven and earth devil-sealing goblet I gave him has also disappeared. Who did this? Yang Chongtian thought for a bit and said, Could it be old Fei Tian and City Master Morong? Those 2 have a good relationship with that brat surnamed Qin. Zhang Rong shook his head and said, It is not them, I was with them 2 days ago. Yang Chongtian paced back and forth a few steps and said, Could it be that something happened in the Ghost Beast region? Even communication magic tools are not able to send messages. Zhang Rong's expression slightly changed. His eyes moved left and right. Apparently he thought of something. He looked at Yang Chongtian and said in low voice, The Ghost Beast remote lake is inside. Because the space there is unstable, a space crack appeared and a large number of ghost beasts came out of the lake. If there is a powerful energy explosion inside, it can cause the space crack to become bigger and even cause space fluctuation, making it impossible to send messages out. Yang Chongtian inhaled a mouthful of cold air. Could it be that something very powerful came out of the Ghost Beast remote lake? Very likely, Zhang Rong said. We should quickly gather all the half-immortals of each pagoda and send people to investigate. Before we understand the situation inside, we should not go in. Yang Chongtian said with sneer. Zhang Rong, your heaven and earth devil-sealing goblet is inside. If a half-immortal picks it up, won't you feel distressed? It would be best if they pick it up. So long as they use it, I will be able to sense it immediately. It has been with me for many years. Even a 6th tribulation half-immortal would need 100 years to erase my mental imprint. Zhang Rong said in sinister voice. If they pick up my heaven and earth devil-sealing goblet and don't return it to me, they will be dead for sure. Let's go, gather all the half-immortals. Yang Chongtian said. He has many sons, even though a few of them died. He only felt distressed for a while because he still has a few stronger sons. All of them are half-immortals. Qin Yun and Yi Yaoshua are currently flying towards the Ghost Beast remote lake. They don't know that the Ghost Beast remote lake is connected to another space. They flew for 2 days and finally saw the huge lake in the distance. It is currently noon. The water of the Ghost Beast remote lake is dark green. It looks very strange. The lake's surface is very calm. No matter how you look, it doesn't look like there is a Ghost Beast Emperor here. The devil-chasing talisman in Yi Yaoshua's hand is slightly trembling and releasing intense light rays. Evil and devil aura is very dense. Yi Yaoshua yelled in alarm. Qin Yun also took out the heaven and earth devil-sealing goblet and poured in overwhelming righteous power, causing the goblet to flicker with white light. Ghost Beast Emperor, quickly come out! Qin Yun is somewhat impatient and excitedly yelled. The 2 of them are floating in the sky, looking at the calm lake surface, waiting for the Ghost Beast Emperor to come out. Even though Qin Yun has the heaven and earth devil-sealing goblet, he can't help but feel very nervous. His heart is beating very fast. Yi Yaoshua is even more so. She is tightly holding her saber hilt with both hands. Her nerves are stretched taut as she looked at the lake surface. It must be known that the two of them are now above the lair of the Ghost Beast Emperor. After a while, the Ghost Beast remote lake is still as calm as before. This lake is very big. If one stands on the shore, they would think that they are standing on the sea. They can't see the end. Such a huge lake is so calm, there is not even a bit of wind or wave. This is even more strange. And Qin Yun and Yi Yaoshua are waiting for a super huge beast to jump out of the lake. It is daytime, so the ghost beasts won't come out? Qin Yun asked in low voice. No, sometimes there are ghost beasts in daytime. Yi Yaoshua shook her head and said, This is the Ghost Beast remote lake, there should be ghost beasts roaming around. Forget about Ghost Beast Emperor, they haven't even seen any ordinary ghost beasts. Qin Yun said, Why don't I create an even bigger commotion? Yi Yaoshua thought about it, then nodded and said, All right. She thought that Qin Yun would use a Dao core. She did not expect that she would suddenly sense a very strong vibration power. Qin Yun unleashed Earthquake Divine Ability. The Earthquake Divine Ability power burst out of his body, issued a deep and muffled whistling sound, and in a very short period of time, it was released. As soon as the Earthquake Divine Ability was released, the mountains shook and the earth quaked. The calm lake surface has become very turbulent, it is undulating up and down. Crash crash. Wave after wave of monstrous waves overflowed to the sky and battered the shore. Qin Yun is still unceasingly releasing Earthquake Divine Ability. The rocks, earth and mountains on the lakeside have all been shaken to the point of collapsing and then being battered by the monstrous waves. Yi Yaoshua and Qin Yun are floating in the sky. They are not affected by the shaking, but they can see that the earth is unceasingly shaking. Mountains are collapsing and the earth is splitting. Countless mountains are collapsing, they are letting out rolling sound and dust is flying up. It is a very spectacular scene. The vast Ghost Beast remote lake looks like it is boiling, it is giving rise to monstrous waves and bubbles. Yi Yaoshua is also very amazed by Qin Yun's power. She also sensed the aura of divine ability power. The ghost beasts haven't appeared yet. Qin Yun frowned and felt depressed. Isn't the commotion big enough? He took out the Lion King cannon. It seems like I can only use the peak stage Martial Emperor Dao core I just obtained. Qin Yun helplessly said. Yi Yaoshua also knows that the Dao core released by the Lion King cannon is very strong. She promptly pulled Qin Yun away from the Ghost Beast remote lake. That's enough. Yi Yaoshua said. Qin Yun raised the Lion King cannon and pointed it at the Ghost Beast remote lake several thousand meters ahead. The Lion King cannon slightly trembled and a few peak Martial Emperor Dao cores flew out one after another. In the blink of an eye, they arrived at the center of the Ghost Beast remote lake. Qin Yun and Yi Yaoshua can no longer see those few artillery shells. Boom boom boom. The few Dao cores fell into the lake and exploded, causing a large splash and a loud noise. Not long after, huge waves rushed over and submerged a large part of the revetment. At the same time, Qin Yun and Yi Yaoshua also sensed a dense evil devil aura rushing out. Suddenly black gas soared to the sky from the center of the Ghost Beast remote lake. Many huge black shadows flew out. Ghost Beast Emperors have appeared, moreover they are of all kinds. Apart from them, there are countless big and small ghost beasts running out from the lake. Chapter 982. Chapter 982 Devil Chasing Disc. Qin Yun's face is filled with smile, but Yi Yaoshua's expression is grave. She is even somewhat afraid. Because the incomparably vast Ghost Beast remote lake is now filled with densely packed ghost beasts. A great number of ghost beasts are densely packed inside the lake. It is as if they are frantically flying out of a huge ant nest. What was special was that there were many ghostly beasts that could fly. They were like fountains, constantly shooting into the sky. We should quickly leave. Yi Yaoshue is startled. She promptly pulled Qin Yun and began fleeing. Why? Didn't we agree to capture ghost beast emperors? Qin Yun yelled. Why don't you take a look? There are so many formidable ghost beasts over there, it will be very dangerous for us to go over. Yi Yaoshue's beautiful jade-like face is filled with solemnity and fear. Ling Yuner said, Xiao Yun, there should be a space channel under the ghost beast remote lake. Originally it was very small, but now it has been pierced through, otherwise there would not be so many ghost beasts coming out. Qin Yun looked behind and saw many large ghost beasts. They are all ghost beast emperors. Many ghost beasts are roaring unceasingly, it is very scary. Although it is broad daylight now, the black gas coming out of the ghost beast remote lake has covered the entire sky, causing it to become dusky. Senior sister, we are here to capture ghost beast emperors. Don't run, we should quickly lock down those formidable ghost beast emperors. Qin Yun said. Qin Yun feels that opening the space channel is not a bad thing because it will allow a great number of ghost beast emperors to come out and he will be able to obtain many regent origin stones. I know, but we need to stay far away from the center of the ghost beast remote lake. Then we need to find individual ghost beast emperors. I guess there is some kind of space channel under the ghost beast remote lake, and it was opened by you just now. If a very strong thing comes out and we are too close, it will be very dangerous. Yi Yaoshue said. Qin Yun nodded. He knows that Yi Yaoshue is doing this to ensure their safety. Half an hour later, Yi Yaoshue and Qin Yun left the ghost beast remote lake. But they can still see ghost beasts everywhere. These ghost beasts don't have horns on their heads, it means they are not ghost beast emperors. Qin Yun and Yi Yaoshue don't feel like dealing with these ghost beasts. Xiao Yun, there are ordinary ghost beasts everywhere, and the demon-chasing talisman has also been disturbed. What should we do? Yi Yaoshue took out a devil-chasing talisman. Wherever she turned, the devil-chasing talisman would flash, because there are ghost beasts all around. Let's find a safe place, I will refine it again. Qin Yun said with smile. When the time comes, we can capture any kind of ghost beast emperor. Alright. There is a mountain over there. Yi Yaoshue immediately brought along Qin Yun and flew towards that mountain. All sorts of strange-looking ghost beasts, after running out, only destroyed the trees and did not drill into the mountains. Although there are many ghost beast emperors, it seems like they are not far from ghost beast remote lake. Yi Yaoshue is flying in the sky, but she does not see any shadow of ghost beast emperors. There are only groups of grotesque ghost beasts on the ground. Were those ghost beasts originally in another space? Is there a ghost beast desolate domain below? Qin Yun curiously said. If a ghost beast runs over as a ghost beast emperor, it will immediately occupy the territory and send out small ghost beasts to scout the surroundings. Indeed. Formidable ghost beast emperors must be nesting in the vicinity of ghost beast remote lake. It would be best if we don't get close before figuring out the situation. Yi Yaoshue said. Although ghost beast emperors are formidable, they will still be killed by 100 Pagoda Sect's formidable half-immortals. Qin Yun used mysterious penetration divine ability to bring along Yi Yaoshue and entered that perfectly straight stone mountain. Can you craft devil-chasing talisman quickly? Yi Yaoshue asked. We should quickly kill those ghost beast emperors one by one. It won't be long before 100 Pagoda Sect's half-immortals come to scout the situation. I will be able to craft them very quickly, Qin Yun said, then took out some materials and began forging. He is not crafting talismans, rather he is forging a compass. He has a dragon searching plate in his hand. It is an immortal tool that can find dragons. Now he is forging a devil-chasing plate by imitating that dragon searching plate. It only took him less than half a day to finish crafting it. Moreover, he can adjust the needle to find different rank ghost beast emperors. This is what I calculated based on the difference in energy between Ghost Beast Emperors and Regent Origin stones. Ghost Beast Emperors should have several ranks. I can't guarantee accuracy, but I can guarantee that I can find Ghost Beast Emperors. Qin Yun handed over the compass to Yi Yaoshua and said with smile, "Quickly give it a try." Yi Yaoshua feels that this kind of thing is very good. If she had this kind of magic tool before, she would not have to painstakingly look for Ghost Beast Emperors everywhere. We will first look for mid-quality Regent Origin Stone Ghost Beast Emperors. Let's call them mid-quality Ghost Beast Emperors. Yi Yaoshua moved the needle to mid-quality and poured in energy. The devil chasing plate began flickering with multicolored light, the needle began rotating and finally pointed towards a certain direction. "Let's go take a look," Yi Yaoshua said with some expectation. Qin Yun brought along Yi Yaoshua and left the stone room inside the mountain and began moving towards the direction of the Ghost Beast Emperors. Back at the Ghost Beast remote lake, because a large group of Ghost Beast Emperors flew out, Yi Yaoshua did not dare to go and hunt them to avoid being besieged by them. Some Ghost Beast Emperors are very strong, especially those that just came out from another space. They must be Overlord-level Ghost Beast Emperors. Now, searching one by one is the safest method. Not long after, Yi Yaoshua and Qin Yun saw a huge ghost beast that looks like a cow. This cow's body is dark purple, it is several tens of meters long, it looks like a small hill. The horn on its head is very long, nearly 10 meters long. Could it be that the stronger the Ghost Beast Emperor, the bigger its body? Qin Yun looked at the Ghost Beast Emperor from far away and muttered. Then he took out the Heaven and Earth Devil Sealing Goblet. Not necessarily, I killed a very small Ghost Beast Emperor before, it was very strong and it was the strongest one I have met. If we meet a small Ghost Beast Emperor, then we will have to be careful. Yi Yaoshua said. Not necessarily, I killed a small Ghost Beast Emperor before, it is very strong. That's right, if the body size is reduced, then it will gradually evolve into human form. Without a powerful body size, the energy consumption won't be that great. Qin Yun said with smile. We should carefully go over and then cover the Heaven and Earth Devil Sealing Goblet. It doesn't matter if we fail, I can defeat this kind of Ghost Beast Emperor. Yi Yaoshua is holding her saber with one hand, her expression is very relaxed. Qin Yun used transparent power to make himself transparent and then carefully flew over. Under his control, the Heaven and Earth Devil Sealing Goblet suddenly became very big and then fiercely covered the goblet. The Ghost Beast Emperor also discovered this and let out a roar. It was covered by the Heaven and Earth Devil Sealing Goblet, but it continued to attack the goblet. Qin Yun is standing on top of the Heaven and Earth Devil Sealing Goblet, controlling the goblet to release its power to attack. Under Qin Yun's control, powerful white lightning appeared on the Heaven and Earth Devil Sealing Goblet. It is also filled with overwhelming righteous power. Not long after, the Ghost Beast Emperor is lying on the ground, howling in anguish and unable to budge. Qin Yun moved away the Heaven and Earth Devil Sealing Goblet and placed the Ghost Beast Emperor inside the 9 Sun Divine Souls' third pearl. Let's go find the next one. Yi Yaoshua let out a sigh of relief seeing that Qin Yun is able to deal with the Ghost Beast Emperor. She said, This time, we will find a more powerful one, a high-quality Ghost Beast Emperor. Qin Yun made the Heaven and Earth Devil Sealing Goblet become smaller and said with smile, All right, I hope this time it will be as smooth as before. This thing is very good to deal with the Heaven and Earth Devil Sealing Goblet. After Yi Yaoshua determined the direction, she flew over and said, Heaven and Earth Devil Sealing Goblet is indeed very good to deal with Ghost Beast Emperors. That Zhang Rong will surely die of heartache, this is a very good immortal tool. Not long after, Yao Feng opened up the Ghost Beast Emperor's head and took out a black stone. After breaking it open, she obtained a Regent Origin Stone. Mid-quality Regent Origin Stone. It is very big, Yao Feng said. While flying, Qin Yun took out the Regent Origin Stone and handed it over to Yi Yaoxue. Seeing this Regent Origin Stone, Yi Yaoxue felt even more heartache and anger. She cursed in low voice. I killed at least 20 ghost beast emperors of this level before. 20 mid-quality Regent Origin Stones. That wretched Yang Chongtian. Qin Yun said with smile. Wait until we return, don't be in a rush to expose Yang Chongtian. Instead, buy a large amount of ghost beast emperor corpses. Yi Yaoxue said with smile. People who don't know the inside story will surely sell the corpses at a low price. At that time, we will be able to buy a large amount of ghost beast emperor corpses at a low price. Let's go, we will continue killing ghost beast emperors. Qin Yun's mood became very good thinking about the large amount of Regent Origin Stones. Originally he thought that Regent Origin Stones could only be produced from Regent Stone Mothers. Then he found Regent Melons and now Ghost Beast Emperor's skulls. After flying for a while, Yi Yaoxue took out the devil chasing plate and looked at it. Then she continued flying. She suddenly said, Xiao Yun, what if Yang Chongtian's group also buys Ghost Beast Emperors? What should we do? With First Pagoda's financial power, we can't compete with them. This, we will think about it when the time comes. At worst, we will tell everyone that there are Regent Origin Stones in the skulls of Ghost Beast Emperors. Qin Yun said. Yang Chongtian and Zhang Rong very quickly found out about the Ghost Beast Remote Lake. A large amount of Ghost Beast Emperors, moreover many of them are very powerful. Yang Chongtian is somewhat excited. That is a large amount of Regent Origin Stones. Now, only the two of us know that there are Regent Origin Stones in the skulls of Ghost Beast Emperors. At that time, we will be able to buy Ghost Beast Emperor corpses at a very low price. Zhang Rong is also very excited but thinking about how he lost Heaven and Earth Devil Sealing Goblet and his grandson died. He can't feel happy at all. Yang Chongtian, it will take a lot of effort to open the essence stones of Ghost Beast Emperors. I can only open 5 in a month. Zhang Rong said. How about we tell the other elders about the secret method to open Ghost Beast Emperor essence stones and let them join us? Yang Chongtian hastily said. Are you crazy? If we don't teach them the secret method, they will secretly buy Ghost Beast Emperor corpses. We can't tell them. Do as you wish, you will have to spend a great amount of purple crystal coins to buy them anyways. If you hoard a great amount of Ghost Beast Emperor Essence Stones and can't open them quickly, I want to see what you can do. Zhang Rong coldly groaned and said. Chapter 983. Ghost Beast Essence Stones. Zhang Rong looked at Yang Chongtian's excited expression and felt very unhappy. He said in cold voice, You are already 6th tribulation half immortal, what use do you have for Regent Origin Stones? Of course they are useful, they can be exchanged for other resources. Yang Chongtian proudly smiled and said, You don't know, martial kings and martial emperors are very lacking in Regent Origin Stones. As long as I have a large amount of Regent Origin Stones, I can squeeze them dry and exchange them for even more resources. Your Emperor Killer team is finished. Don't tell me you are not feeling bad? Zhang Rong groaned. So long as I have enough Regent Origin Stones, I will be able to raise even stronger Emperor Killer team very quickly. Yang Chongtian said with smile and stroked his beard. He suddenly feels very happy in his heart because Zhang Rong lost his beloved grandson and also his very formidable Heaven and Earth Devil Sealing Goblet. It must be known that Yang Chongtian has always been afraid of Zhang Rong because of the Heaven and Earth Devil Sealing Goblet. Now that Zhang Rong has lost the Heaven and Earth Devil Sealing Goblet, he will be completely suppressed by Yang Chongtian. In other words, Yang Chongtian is now the strongest in First Pagoda. Because of this, Zhang Rong is very unhappy. If he doesn't leave First Pagoda, he will be suppressed by Yang Chongtian in the future. I will immediately arrange disciples to go hunt Ghost Beast Emperors. Yang Chongtian laughed loudly and left. Zhang Rong gnashed his teeth and looked at Yang Chongtian. He really wants to kill Yang Chongtian. The matter of a large number of ghost beasts coming out of Ghost Beast Remote Lake very quickly spread to all the cities near 100 Pagoda sect. This kind of matter is very difficult to conceal, so many people immediately rushed to Ghost Beast Remote Lake to hunt Ghost Beasts. Ghost Beast's soul essence can be exchanged for a lot of purple crystal coins. Experts from cities near 100 Pagoda sect formed teams to go to Ghost Beast Remote Lake. Originally there were many 100 Pagoda sect disciples inside, now they hastily returned. First Pagoda's competition time is up very quickly. Within 10 days, many disciples managed to capture Ghost Beast Emperors. Murong Tianjia and Xia Wufeng's team managed to capture 3 Ghost Beast Emperors. They are all alive and they are very strong. Many pagoda masters have arrived at the plaza in front of the first pagoda's entrance. They have all heard about what happened at the Ghost Beast Remote Lake. Therefore, when the time came, they all hastily rushed over to see whether their disciples were injured or not. I saw Precious Dragon Pagoda's master on the way. His expression is very unsightly. I heard that 2 of their disciples were killed. Really? Those 2 were pretty strong martial emperors, but they died just like that. What a pity! You guys don't know, but I heard that Zhang Yunping also died and he brought the Heaven and Earth Devil Sealing Goblet with him. Now that the Heaven and Earth Devil Sealing Goblet has been lost, that guy Zhang Rong won't be able to laugh anymore. Is this news true? It's absolutely true. It came from the first pagoda. The pagoda masters were incomparably shocked. In just a short time, everyone in front of the first pagoda's gate knew that Zhang Yunping had died and lost the Heaven and Earth Devil Sealing Goblet. Big brother, is the situation at the Ghost Beast Remote Lake the same as the rumors say? Murong Yue walked over to Murong Tianjia. She is wearing red tight-fitting clothes, her hair is tied up in braids, she looks like she is preparing for battle. Indeed, the situation inside is very dangerous. Without enough strength, it is best not to go in. Murong Tianjia looked all around and said in low voice, "How come junior brother Qin and senior sister Yi still haven't returned?" Murong Yue somewhat anxiously said, "Will they be all right?" Xia Wufeng faintly smiled. "No need to worry about them. Anyone can die inside. It is impossible for only the 2 of them to die." He is very clear about Qin Yun and Yi Yaoshua's strength. An old man from First Pagoda came out. He yelled, "Time is up, disciples who have not returned, no matter how strong the Ghost Beast Emperor is, they will not be able to obtain the reward. Now we will begin the selection of the top 3. Only 10 disciples who participated in the competition have not returned. Everyone saw that Qin Yun and Yi Yaoshua are not here. Granny Star is also not here, causing many disciples to start making wild guesses. Many people believe that Qin Yun and Yi Yaoshua died inside. Such a thing happened in the Ghost Beast Remote Lake. The Ghost Beast Emperor that came out is very strong. Even Zhang Yunping, who has the Heaven and Earth Devil Sealing Goblet, was killed. Qin Shao Yun and Yi Yaoshua's strength is also very good. Especially that Qin Shao Yun, he is a venerable master. He must have a lot of equipment. Could it be that they are finished just like that? Granny Star is not here. They are most likely finished. A3. What a pity, especially that Yi Yaoshua, such a beautiful woman, she died just like that. Many people are certain that Qin Yun, Yi Yaoshua and Zhang Rong have been killed by Ghost Beast Emperors. Even Zhang Rong and Yang Chongtian also think so. Because the powerful assassins they sent in have died one after another, it is enough to prove that there are formidable Ghost Beast Emperors inside. Xia Wufeng and Murong Tianjia obtained the largest Ghost Beast Emperor's horn. They obtained first place and obtained 6 high-quality Regent Origin stones. Junior brothers, are you selling the Ghost Beast Emperors you caught? You caught 3, sell them to us for 30 million, how about it? That old man said to Xia Wufeng with smile. Not selling, Xie Wufeng said. Then 60 million. That old man increased the price again. Not selling. Xie Wufeng suddenly feels that something is strange. Because ghost beast emperors have no value, moreover, there are many of them roaming around now. Yet that old man is buying them at such a high price, there is definitely something fishy going on. The reason why Xie Wufeng is not selling is because he wants to give them to Qin Yun because he knows that Qin Yun needs them for tool refining. 100 million! That old man gritted his teeth and said again. Not selling. Xie Wufeng is even more certain that there is some secret behind this. Murong Tianjia also feels that there is something fishy. He has the same thought as Xie Wufeng. He is also not selling. 300 million. This is a very good price. That old man said in low voice. We are tired, we want to go back and rest. Murong Tianjia glanced at Xie Wufeng and said, Let's go. That old man cursed in his heart, then went to ask other people to continue buying ghost beast emperors at low price. This is also the mission Yang Chongtian gave him. There are many pagoda masters present here. They saw First Pagoda buying ghost beast emperors and thought that they could make a small profit. But after thinking about it, ghost beast emperors are everywhere and First Pagoda is buying ghost beast emperors. There is definitely something fishy going on. They all told their disciples not to sell hastily, wait until they are clear about the situation. That old man very gloomily returned to First Pagoda. He did not buy many ghost beast emperors, but he still has to report to Yang Chongtian. Idiot! Yang Chongtian slapped the old man after learning about the whole process. I told you to buy them in low profile and keep the process secret. You actually bought them in front of so many people and even offered such a high price. People will surely become suspicious. Yang Chongtian exploded in anger and said, You better think of a good excuse, don't let their imaginations run wild. That old man doesn't know why he wants to buy ghost beast emperors. He also thought that it is not something important, so he acted very casually. He did not expect that it would make Yang Chongtian so angry. Xie Wufeng and Murong Tianjia returned to Divine Sword Pagoda with suspicion. On the way, Murong Yue asked in low voice, Why are you not willing to sell those ghost beast emperors? I heard that only a ghost beast emperor's horn is valuable. That is worth 300 million purple crystal coins. It is not a small amount. Xiao Wei, this matter is very strange. There are many ghost beast emperors now, but First Pagoda is buying them at such a high price. There is definitely a problem. Let's go, we will go to Murong Manor and ask grandfather. Murong Tianjia said, Junior brother Xie, are you coming? Xie Wufeng nodded. I am going. If old brother Yun was here, it would be good, maybe he would know the reason. Several hours later, Murong Tianjia and others arrived at a small courtyard inside Murong Manor. City Master Murong is wearing simple white clothes. He is playing chess with old Feitian. After Murong Tianjia and others arrived, they are still wholeheartedly playing chess. They are not affected at all. Grandfather, Senior Tian. Murong Tianjia and others respectfully greeted them. What is the situation at Ghost Beast Remote Lake? City Master Murong asked. Murong Tianjia and Xie Wufeng narrated the situation at Ghost Beast Remote Lake. Then they also talked about First Pagoda's purchase of Ghost Beast Emperors. Old Feitian and City Master Murong stopped playing after hearing about this matter. They are looking at each other with doubtful expression. There is a black stone inside the head of Ghost Beast Emperor. It is very hard. I am unable to open it. Old Feitian said. I tried, but because I used a lot of power, it caused the stone to explode and create a very intense explosion. City Master Murong left the stone chair and walked back and forth with his hands clasped behind his back. Yang Chongtian must know what is inside the head of Ghost Beast. Maybe it is very valuable. For many years, First Pagoda has sent disciples to capture Ghost Beast Emperors. There must be some secret behind this. Old Feitian's eyes lit up, he said with smile. Then we should also start purchasing Ghost Beast Emperor Essence Stones. No matter what is inside, we can't let Yang Chongtian take advantage of us. Alright. City Master Morong laughed. I will immediately instruct people to do it. I will also go back and make arrangements, Old Feitian said with smile. Qin Yun and Yi Yaoshua are still circling around Ghost Beast Remote Lake. They are not willing to go back because there are many Ghost Beast Emperors here. It means that there are many Regent Origin Stones. Qin Yun can barely suppress high-quality Ghost Beast Emperors with Heaven and Earth Devil Sealing Goblet, but it is not possible to deal with top-quality Ghost Beast Emperors. Luckily Yi Yaoshua is very strong, she can injure top-quality Ghost Beast Emperors. Then, Qin Yun can use Heaven and Earth Devil Sealing Goblet to capture them. Next is to deal with king-quality Ghost Beast Emperors. They might be very difficult to deal with. If we can't defeat them, we will just run, Yi Yaoshua said. Alright. Qin Yun nodded. They are now trying to determine whether the Devil Chasing Plate is accurate or not, as well as how strong Ghost Beast Emperors are. Those who are well informed have already formed groups and entered the mountain range. Chapter 984. The lion tripod shows its might. She adjusted the Devil Chasing Plate's sensitivity to the highest. It means that it can sense the strongest Ghost Beast Emperors. After making the adjustments, she injected energy into the Demon Chasing Disc. The Demon Chasing Plate immediately flickered with a very strong light and emitted an intense vibration. What happened to the Devil Chasing Plate? Yi Yaoshua cried out in alarm and then looked at Qin Yun. I sensed a very strong Ghost Beast Emperor, don't worry. Qin Yun went over to take a look and saw that the pointer can move. It has already pointed in the direction of the Ghost Beast Emperor. Strongest Ghost Beast Emperor, it is indeed very strong. Yi Yaoshua's expression is filled with hesitation as she looked at the direction of the needle. The Ghost Beast Emperors detected by the Devil Chasing Plate are the ones closest to them. This meant that the king-quality Ghost Beast Emperor was not far from them. Yi Yaoshua said in low voice, Are we really going? Qin Yun said with smile, Of course I will go. That is a king-grade Ghost Beast Emperor. Maybe we can get a king-grade Regent Origin Stone. If I can really get it, it's worth the risk. Seeing that Qin Yun was not afraid at all, she could only agree to go and take a look. Let's go. Yi Yaoshua lightly yelled and flew at the front. Qin Yun also took out the Heaven and Earth Devil Sealing Goblet and entered a vigilant state. He gathered his energy and was ready to attack at any time. The two of them flew for several hours and finally got close to that very powerful king-quality Ghost Beast Emperor. At this time, the sky was dark. At night, the power of the Ghost Beasts would be even stronger. It should be nearby. It seems like it is a very small Ghost Beast Emperor. Yi Yaoshua looked all around. After Ghost Beast Emperors grow to a certain stage, they will start evolving into human form. They will gradually become smaller. This guy's intelligence is also very high. We have to be careful. She had just finished speaking when she felt a murderous aura full of evil. Be careful. Yi Yaoshua's figure suddenly flickered and arrived behind Qin Yun. She brandished her saber and released an intense red light. Qin Yun felt a chill run down his spine. He had also sensed it earlier, but his reaction was still much slower. After Yi Yaoshua hacked with her saber, red saber energy swept out like a gale and enveloped a black shadow. Roar. The black shadow let out a deep roar and the black gas exploded. At the same time, it shook off the red light and shot out a large number of black spikes. These sharp thorns are like long black fingers. They are filled with sharp nails and densely packed as they shot towards Qin Yun and Yi Yaoshua. Protect yourself. Yi Yaoshua's voice is deep and cold. She hacked several times towards the sky. Her energy transformed into a large red light that looks like a surging red cloud and completely blocked those sharp thorns. Qin Yun also took out the Heaven and Earth Devil Sealing Goblet to protect himself. At this moment, the black gas suddenly appeared behind Qin Yun and shot out a blackish-purple energy at Qin Yun. Boom! The black-purple energy exploded on the heaven and earth devil sealing goblet, emitting a heaven-shaking bell sound. Although Qin Yun was safe and sound inside, he could feel how terrifying the power was. "Senior sister, you must be careful," Qin Yun yelled. "Yi Yaoshue's speed and power are also very strong. She doesn't need to worry about Qin Yun anymore, she can fight with ease." She rushed towards the black gas in a short while. Her saber rapidly hacked and stabbed, releasing red lightning-like energy. The pitch-black night sky is continuously flickering with red light, making it look devilish and gorgeous. Qin Yun can clearly see the black gas. There is actually a black humanoid monster inside. It is more than 2 meters tall, its body is very tall and sturdy, its whole body is filled with robust and vigorous muscles, filled with explosive power. This is a king-quality ghost beast emperor. Just as Yi Yaoshua said before, the strongest ghost beast emperor is not only not big, it is actually very strong, it is continuously evolving into human form. Xiao Yun, this thing is very difficult to deal with. Because its speed is very fast and it is very sensitive to all kinds of energy, its reaction is also very fast. Heaven and Earth Devil Sealing Goblet is unable to trap it. Ling Yuner said. Indeed. Qin Yun firmly clenched his fists. He is somewhat worried about Yi Yaoshua. He doubtfully said, "Why did that thing attack me from the start?" The Ghost Beast Emperor attacked Qin Yun twice before, both of them were aimed at him. That thing is very smart, it sensed that you are not as strong as Yi Yaoshua, it knows that you will become Yi Yaoshua's burden, so it attacked you first. Moreover, it also doesn't want to fight with Yi Yaoshua, it only wants to kill you and run away. Ling Yuner said. I hope that devil woman Yi won't be injured. Qin Yun is watching the fight inside the Heaven and Earth Devil Sealing Goblet. He can't help but feel somewhat anxious. He can't help at all. Luckily Yi Yaoshua's speed is very fast, otherwise she would have been suppressed. What you need to do now is to think of a way to disturb that thing. Ling Yuner said. Qin Yun also wants to do so, but the Ghost Beast Emperor is too sensitive. He can't do anything about it. Moreover, Yi Yaoshua is being harassed by the Ghost Beast Emperor. If he uses Lion King Cannon, Yi Yaoshua will surely be injured. Later I will just kill top-quality Ghost Beast Emperors. This kind of king-quality Ghost Beast Emperor is not easy to deal with. Qin Yun said in his heart. Xiao Yun, summon the Nether Realm Heavenly Lions. Let's see how many Nether Realm Heavenly Lions you can summon. Ling Yuner said. Qin Yun closed his eyes and unleashed Heavenly Lion summoning technique. Not long after, 5 Nether Realm Heavenly Lions appeared. 5. Qin Yun looked at the Nether Realm Heavenly Lions on the ground and said, although Heavenly Lions are not weak, they are not enough to deal with the Ghost Beast Emperor. Moreover, their speed is not fast enough. Ling Yuner said, Nether Realm Heavenly Lions are here to protect you. What you need to do is take out the Heavenly Lion Dragon Suppressing Cauldron and place it on the ground. Then I will use Nether Sun to release suction power, and see whether or not I can suck that thing into the cauldron. Alright. What about the Heaven and Earth Devil Sealing Goblet? Qin Yun said. You can't use it, so I asked you to summon the Nether Realm Heavenly Lions to protect you. Nether Realm Heavenly Lions won't die, at most they will be injured. You won't be able to summon them again in a short period of time. After Qin Yun took out the Heaven and Earth Devil Sealing Goblet, he took out the Heavenly Lion Dragon Suppressing Cauldron and placed it on the ground. Then he made the Heavenly Lion Dragon Suppressing Cauldron more than 10 meters tall. He placed both of his hands on the Heavenly Lion Dragon Suppressing Cauldron and Ling Yuner began releasing suction power. Qin Yun sent sound transmission to Yi Yaoshua. Senior sister, think of a way to bring that thing over. Yi Yaoshua saw that Qin Yun is not inside the Heaven and Earth Devil Sealing Goblet and immediately broke out in cold sweat. She was almost hit by the Ghost Beast Emperor. What are you doing? Yi Yaoshua asked in fear. Just bring that thing over, I'll be fine, Qin Yun said with voice transmission. Yi Yaoshua lightly shouted, her saber flickered and transformed into a huge red saber that swept towards the Ghost Beast Emperor and swept it to the side. The Ghost Beast Emperor also saw that Qin Yun is not inside the Heaven and Earth Devil Sealing Goblet and immediately rushed over and shot out a large number of black thorns. Roar, 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 5 Nether Realm Heavenly Lions let out roar at the same time. This is the formidable Heavenly Lion martial art, Heavenly Lion's Heavenly Roar. The vibrating sound wave scattered all the thorns. Yi Yaoshua is very worried and scared in her heart. She used her fastest speed to fly over. She is very clear about the speed and power of the Ghost Beast Emperor. Without the protection of the Heaven and Earth Devil Sealing Goblet, it will be very difficult for Qin Yun to resist. Hoochie! Yi Yaoshua waved her saber and poured formidable red heavenly rune power into it. The saber flickered with a large red gale and swept horizontally. It looks like a large fan flickering with red light and slapped on the Ghost Beast Emperor's body. After being hit, the Ghost Beast Emperor let out a sharp and angry roar that can cause people's hair to stand. Senior sister, hit that thing over to me, Qin Yun said again. Beast, get over to me. Yi Yaoshua yelled at the Ghost Beast Emperor and swept with her saber. Hoo, gale burst out of the heaven and earth. The trees and rocks in the vicinity were blown into a mess. Boom! The red saber wind that seems to be enveloping the heaven and earth brought along swift and fierce whistling sound and lightning and once again swept on the Ghost Beast Emperor's body. After the Ghost Beast Emperor was sent flying towards Qin Yun, it stabilized its body and immediately rushed towards Qin Yun. Yi Yaoshua saw the Ghost Beast Emperor rushing towards Qin Yun. She can't help but feel alarmed and anxious in her heart. She also hastily flew towards Qin Yun. Come in. Qin Yun promptly activated the Heavenly Lion Dragon Suppressing Cauldron. Yi Yaoshua saw that there is a black whirlpool at the center of the Heavenly Lion Dragon Suppressing Cauldron that is producing a very strong suction force. She hastily moved away from the cauldron. After the Ghost Beast Emperor rushed towards Qin Yun, it passed through the Heavenly Lion Dragon Suppressing Cauldron and was pulled into the cauldron by a very strong suction force. The Heavenly Lion Dragon Suppressing Cauldron trembled unceasingly, but very soon it calmed down. Success! It was truly not easy. Qin Yun let out a long sigh and said with smile. He took out the lid and then shrunk the Heavenly Lion Dragon Suppressing Cauldron. Yi Yaoshua arrived behind Qin Yun and let out a long sigh. Then she poked Qin Yun's waist with the hilt of her saber. Her beautiful eyes are filled with hidden bitterness as she said in slight anger, "You are truly reckless. I was almost scared to death by you. How could something happen to me?" Qin Yun said with grin. "Even though we were not prepared properly this time, we did not capsize and still managed to capture that thing. That Ghost Beast Emperor is so strong. How are you going to kill it?" Yi Yaoshua still has lingering fear in her heart. She dragged Qin Yun and flew towards a certain direction, distancing herself from this dangerous place. "My cauldron will kill that thing," Qin Yun said with smile. Actually, Qin Yun placed the Heavenly Lion Dragon Suppressing Cauldron in the third pearl of the 9 Sun Divine Soul and gave it to Yao Fang to handle. Yao Fang took the Heavenly Lion Dragon Suppressing Cauldron and entered the second pearl of the 9 Sun Divine Soul. The second pearl of the 9 Sun Divine Soul is specialized in imprisoning formidable things. It is also Yao Fang's slaughterhouse. If Qin Yun can't handle any formidable things, he will hand them over to Yao Fang to handle. After Yao Fang released the Ghost Beast Emperor from the second pearl of the 9 Sun Divine Soul, she lightly waved her hand and released a powerful energy that cut the Ghost Beast Emperor in two. Then with a few casual attacks, she killed the Ghost Beast Emperor. She took out the Essence Stone and very quickly opened it and handed over the Regent Origin Stone to Qin Yun. Qin Yun took out the Regent Origin Stone from the 9 Sun Divine Soul and showed it to Yi Yaoshua. he said with smile. It is indeed a king-quality regent origin stone. How should we split it? You can have the king-quality regent origin stone, I will take the mid-quality, high-quality and best-quality regent origin stones from before. Yi Yaoshua somewhat doubtfully asked. How did you take them out so quickly? Also, what is going on with those few lions from before? Are they your beast pets? They look very formidable. That was summoned by me. Qin Yun took the king-quality regent origin stone and gave the other few low-quality regent origin stones to Yi Yaoshua. There is a best-quality ghost beast emperor in the vicinity. Let's go over. This kind of thing is very easy to deal with. Yi Yaoshua took out a devil-chasing plate. After determining the location, she said with light smile, Regent origin stones are very easy to obtain. Naturally, she recalled how she has been swindled by Yang Chongtian for so many years, and her sweet and happy smile immediately disappeared. Just as Yi Yaoshua was about to bring Qin Yun over, she heard an explosion coming from that direction. Chapter 985. Wind Riding Pagoda. It might be people from 100 Pagoda Sect. 100 Pagoda Sect is the closest to this place. Apart from people from 100 Pagoda Sect, there is no one else. Yi Yaoshua thought for a bit and said to Qin Yun, Let's go take a look first, don't attack, don't expose Heaven and Earth Devil Sealing Goblet. Heaven and Earth Devil Sealing Goblet is Zhang Rong's, but he doesn't know where it is. If Qin Yun exposes Heaven and Earth Devil Sealing Goblet and Zhang Rong finds out, it will create a great commotion. Qin Yun held Yi Yaoshua's lily-white hand and released his power to make both of them invisible. Then they flew over. Could it be First Pagoda's disciples? Only First Pagoda's disciples frequently kill ghost beast emperors? Qin Yun said. Very likely. Yi Yaoshua felt a bellyful of anger thinking about this matter. She feels that she suffered a great loss. They flew at high altitude and arrived at the battlefield not long after. Although it is dark, Qin Yun and Yi Yaoshua can clearly see the battle situation below. There are altogether 6 people, all of them are martial emperors. 2 peak martial emperors and 4 late-stage martial emperors. With their strength, they can surely take down that best-quality ghost beast emperor. Yi Yaoshua said. Are they from First Pagoda? Qin Yun asked. No, they are from 5th Pagoda Wind Riding Pagoda. Yi Yaoshua coldly groaned and said. They are also First Pagoda's subordinates, they have very good relationship with First Pagoda. It must be Yang Chongtian who sent so many ghost beast emperors. Qin Yun said with mischievous smile. Should I secretly play tricks? Stop them. Yi Yaoshua shook her head and said, Let's take a look first. The battle situation below is very fierce. That best quality ghost beast emperor has the shape of a toad, its body is very big, it is more than 10 meters long, it looks like a very big house. Its whole body is light green, it has stiff and thick skin, there are many protruding lumps, it looks very disgusting. The toad has a very long horn on its head, it has a pair of protruding eyes that are flickering with purple light rays. Wind Riding Pagoda's 6 disciples originally had the upper hand, but now they suddenly retreated, they don't dare to approach the toad. Those things are filled with poison. They don't dare to fight anymore, I overestimated them just now. Yi Yaoshua said with smile. Qin Yun had also seen that after the warts on the toad's back were smashed, a lot of venom and gas would splatter out. If one was not careful, they would be poisoned. This thing is indeed not easy to deal with. Qin Yun is also thinking about how to deal with it without using Heaven and Earth Devil Sealing Goblet. If he knew that there are so many ghost beast emperors, he would have refined some powerful formation or magic tools first. Although he had some talismans in his hands, they were only for emergency use. If he wanted to use them frequently, it would be more practical to use array formations or magic treasures. Below, a middle-aged man shouted, Let's go and find another target. After the middle-aged man gave the order, the others hurriedly distanced themselves from the toad. They had long been frightened out of their wits. After the wind-riding pagoda people left, Qin Yun and Yi Yaoxue followed the toad ghost beast emperor. When it is about time, they will begin attacking. Xiao Yun, this thing is rather strong, I will go and beat it up first, then you use a mortal tool to capture it. Yi Yaoxue finished speaking, took out her saber and dove down from the sky. She raised her saber high up and vigorously chopped down. Chi-chi. Flickering red energy shot out from the saber, transformed into a huge illusory saber and landed on the Toad Ghost Beast Emperor's back. After the Toad Ghost Beast Emperor's back was hit, those warts filled with venom and gas exploded and splashed out multicolored venom and venom. Be careful of poison, Qin Yun yelled. Suddenly a faint white energy barrier appeared on Yi Yaoxue's body and blocked the venom. There are many light threads lingering on the energy barrier, they look like very fine lightning. Heavenly rune? Qin Yun said with frown. Xiao Yun, do you still remember her underwear? Maybe it is a defensive magic tool. Ling Yuner said with smile. It seems like you have never carefully studied it? That is a woman's thing, how can I have the nerve to carefully study it? Qin Yun curled his lips and said. A bright light barrier appeared on Yi Yaoxue's body and blocked the venom and gas attack. Now she can fight without worry. Hoo. That kind of strange and bewitching red light appeared again. It brought along a mysterious and formidable power as it was released from Yi Yaoxue's body. Yi Yaoxue did not use any martial skill when attacking. It looks like she is just casually attacking, but they are all very strong. For example, her saber technique is very similar to Qin Yun's common saber art. Her casual saber technique is very exquisite, very fast, not sloppy at all. The Toad Ghost Beast Emperor was once again hacked by Yi Yaoxue's illusory saber, and several bloody scars appeared on its body. She must be using a kind of mysterious technique to separate a part of her martial spirit and coordinate it with her saber to transform into a very large weapon and directly attack. Ling Yuner said, her rune martial spirit is very awesome. Qin Yun felt that it is about time. Just as he was about to take out Heaven and Earth Devil Sealing Goblet, he sensed someone approaching. Yi Yaoxue hastily sent sound transmission to Qin Yun. Don't rush to use Heaven and Earth Devil Sealing Goblet, Wind-Riding Pagoda's people are secretly watching from the side. Qin Yun looked all around. He wants to find those people and kill them, but he discovered that they are scattered in 2 different places and they are very far from each other. It is very difficult to kill them all in one go. He cannot kill all the Wind-Riding Pagoda's people. Letting 1 or 2 of them run back will cause great trouble. These bastards, it would be best if they don't gather together. Qin Yun cursed in low voice. He took out Heavenly Lion Dragon Suppressing Cauldron and sent sound transmission to Yi Yaoxue. I will use this cauldron. The effect is more or less the same. It will only consume more of my power. Let's capture this Ghost Beast Emperor first. Alright. Yi Yaoxue suddenly flew to the sky, condensed a huge saber and ferociously stabbed towards the ground, nailing the Toad Ghost Beast Emperor to the ground. Qin Yun took out Heavenly Lion Dragon Suppressing Cauldron, turned it very big and covered the ground. Boom! The Heavenly Lion Dragon Suppressing Cauldron turned upside down and covered the Toad Ghost Beast Emperor. Qin Yun landed on the Heavenly Lion Dragon Suppressing Cauldron and poured in his power, making the cauldron release energy to bind the Ghost Beast Emperor so that he can cover it. If he uses Heaven and Earth Devil Sealing Goblet, as long as the Ghost Beast Emperor is covered, it will be killed in a short while. It will also not consume too much of Qin Yun's power. After the Heavenly Lion Dragon Suppressing Cauldron sealed the Toad Ghost Beast Emperor, Qin Yun stopped pouring in his power. Then the small mountain-like cauldron gradually became smaller. Yi Yaoxue is also beside Qin Yun. She is firmly holding her saber and vigilantly looking all around. After the Heavenly Lion Dragon Suppressing Cauldron became smaller, Qin Yun covered it again. At this time, Wind Riding Pagoda's 6 people appeared, 2 middle-aged and 4 young men. They are all wearing silver armor and holding sharp weapons in their hands. Yi Yaoxue is not surprised at all, she knew that these people would appear. Yi Yaoxue, you guys are very awesome. Many people thought that you were dead, but you are still alive and kicking here. A white-haired middle-aged man holding 2 short pitchforks in his hands said with a cold smile on his face. The ghost beast emperors you captured just now were discovered by us first. We attacked it for a while, quickly handed over, it is our prey. Kong Chatsi, don't think that just because you are ranked 8th on the martial emperor ranking, I am afraid of you. Yi Yaoxue is not the least bit afraid. She looked at the other people, narrowed her beautiful phoenix eyes and said again, if you have the guts, come and snatch it. Qin Yun is somewhat amazed. Kong Chatsi is actually ranked 8th on the martial emperor ranking. Yi Yaoxue is only ranked 10th. Kong Chatsi laughed. Yi Yaoxue, you are too confident. You guys compare our battle formation. I am ranked 8th on the martial emperor ranking, another is ranked 20th, we have 4 late-stage martial emperors on our side. You are ranked 10th and that bullshit venerable master is only a martial king. Yi Yaoxue laughed loudly and said, you guys failed to capture the ghost beast emperor but we did, who do you think is stronger? Qin Yun took out a few talismans, shook them and said with smile. Everyone, even though I am only a martial king, my title of venerable master is not just for show. Do you want to have a taste of my Dao talismans? Kong Chatsi and others also know the strength of a venerable master like Qin Yun. Just now they saw Qin Yun use a cauldron to capture the ghost beast emperor. His equipment is indeed very strong. They also want to snatch Qin Yun's magic tools, but they don't dare because they are not certain that they can kill Qin Yun and Yi Yaoxue. You did not go back to participate in the competition, you have already been disqualified. What do you want the ghost beast emperor for? Kong Chatsi said. I want to use it to refine tools. Qin Yun said. Don't talk nonsense with them, let's go. Yi Yaoxue lightly shouted. Don't think of fighting with us, otherwise you will be the ones who attacked first, don't blame us when we kill you. Halt. We have a share of the ghost beast emperor, why do you want to hog it for yourselves? Kong Chatsi furiously shouted. Alright, I will release the toad and you will kill it yourselves, how about it? Qin Yun said with smile and then took out the heavenly lion dragon suppressing cauldron. This caused Wind Riding Pagoda's people to hastily fly to the sky in fright, they are very worried that Qin Yun would release the toad. Do you want it or not? If not, we are leaving. Yi Yaoxue saw how scared those people are and cannot help but charmingly laugh and lightly yelled. Qin Yun held the small cauldron with both hands and made a gesture as if he is about to throw it. Seeing Qin Yun's action, Wind Riding Pagoda's 6 people hid even further away. Don't act recklessly, Kong Chatsi yelled. You have indeed spent a lot of effort to capture the ghost beast emperor, but we also spent a lot of effort, we should split it equally. Yi Yaoxue crossed her arms in front of her chest and said with sneer. Equally? We don't want to split it equally with you, we will let you deal with the ghost beast emperors yourselves. In any case, there are so many ghost beast emperors here, we will just look for other ones. Kong Chatsi's group is very worried because the toad is not easy to deal with. Quickly decide whether or not you want the toad. If you want it, I will release it and let you deal with it yourselves. If you don't want it, we will leave. Qin Yun yelled at Kong Chatsi. Kong Chatsi is very angry and roared. If we can't get it, you can also forget about getting it. If you have the guts, release it. Chapter 986. Ghost Beast Overlord, Senior Brother Kong, let's attack. A youth said in low voice. Their star-traveling pagoda's strongest is Granny's star. Moreover, they have offended First Pagoda. Even if we attack them, they can't do anything to us. Senior Brother Kong, let's attack, don't be afraid of them, we are in the right first, We saw that toad first. Another middle-aged man said in low voice. Yi Yaoshu is ranked 10th, you are ranked 8th, I am also a peak martial emperor, we will surely take care of them. We are late-stage martial emperors. Dealing with that bullshit venerable master is not a problem. Even if he has very strong equipment, he won't be that strong. A youth said with sneer. Yi Yaoshua glanced at Qin Yun, telling him to prepare for battle. Qin Yun knows that those wind-riding pagoda people have made up their minds. He tightly gripped the talismans in his hand. Pay attention to the armors they are wearing. They are all pretty good defensive equipment. These guys can be considered to be rather outstanding within the wind-riding pagoda. Moreover, the elders behind them are very rich. Their equipment is definitely not bad. Yi Yaoshua said in low voice. Qin Yun nodded. Kong Chotzi yelled. I will give you one more chance, promise to hand over the Ghost Beast Emperor to us. After we return, release the Ghost Beast Emperor and hand it over to our wind-riding pagoda's elders. Yi Yaoshua said in cold voice. We caught it, don't even think about it. Pei. It is you who stole our prey. Since it is like this, don't blame me for being impolite. Kong Chotzi furiously yelled. Attack! Wind-riding pagodas Kong Chotzi and another peak martial emperor dove down from the sky and attacked Qin Yun and Yi Yaoshua. Qin Yun used flowing light extinction shadow step and promptly moved away from Yi Yaoshua to avoid being affected by the battle. Although Yi Yaoshua is a mid-stage martial emperor, she is a super genius, her strength is very strong. Especially when she is going all out, she is even more formidable. Qin Yun is not worried about Yi Yaoshua. He used his fastest speed to run to the side. Just as he expected, those 4 late-stage martial emperors are chasing after him. These guys are truly tired of living. Qin Yun promptly used shadow power to conceal himself. He rushed into a forest and took out the Lion King cannon. The Lion King cannon became as small as a flute. He held the tiny Lion King cannon in his hand and hid in the darkness. Then, he aimed at one of the youths and fired the cannon's power. Boom! The tiny Lion King cannon shot out a light beam and sent the youth flying. That guy's armor is pretty strong. Qin Yun also saw that when the beam of light flew over, a barrier appeared on the youth's armor, blocking his attack. The youth who was sent flying crashed into a tree trunk and shouted, "Be careful of that guy, he's very sinister." In the distance, Yi Yaoshua is also fighting with 2 peak martial emperors. The disturbance is very big. Just as the youth finished shouting, Qin Yun flashed over. He tightly held the 9 Sun Divine Hammer and unleashed the Heavenly Might Dao technique. He released the first layer Heavenly Might Dao technique and fused it with all the power in his body. The 9 Sun Divine Hammer in his hand absorbed the energy of the Heaven's Might Dao technique and fiercely trembled. The most formidable part of the 9 Sun Divine Hammer was that it could increase the amount of energy injected into it by several times. Qin Yun's current power is extremely dreadful. That youth is a late-stage martial emperor. His reaction is very fast. He realized that danger is approaching and promptly flew away. But just as he took a few steps, he felt intense pain all over his body. Incomparable pain exploded inside that youth's body in a flash, causing him to scream in pain. Boom! Qin Yun unleashed quaking thunder style with 9 Sun Divine Hammer. Thunder and lightning rumbled and shot out. It is as if thunder is in a violent rage. A bolt of lightning containing raging flames poured into that youth's body and instantly tore it into a shower of sparks. After the other few youths saw it, they were shocked to the extreme. A late-stage martial emperor has been killed by a martial king. Qin Yun is a peak-stage martial king. Moreover, he is not an ordinary peak-stage martial king. With his strength, he can fight against ordinary mid-stage martial emperors. Adding the power of the 9 Sun Divine Hammer, he can easily kill these late-stage martial emperors. What happened? A youth not far away is so scared that his liver and guts are about to burst because the heavenly might power that burst out just now is too dreadful. Quickly run! A youth yelled. Those 3 youths are so scared that they started fleeing. But while they are running, they suddenly got entangled by tree roots that came out from the ground. Qin Yun has tree martial spirit. He can control many tree roots and tree vines inside the forest. He threw out heaven and earth devil sealing goblet, it enveloped 2 of the youths and then rushed towards the youth, who managed to break free from the tree root. After approaching, Ling Yun released supergravity and pressed down on that youth, causing him to suddenly stop. But that youth is after all a late-stage martial emperor. He was able to shake off Qin Yun's supergravity in a short while. Qin Yun also just arrived. He promptly unleashed suffering divine ability power and sent it into that youth's body. That youth's armor released a burst of red light, blocked the divine ability power, and flew to the sky. Divine ability resisting armor? Qin Yun is startled in his heart. He promptly released 10 throwing knife talisman tools, all of them are Dao tools. The throwing knife talisman tools flew over, surrounded the youth, and exploded. Boom, boom, boom. A series of explosions illuminated the darkness and gave rise to burst of flame waves. That youth who was running away in panic was also hit by the explosion and fell to the ground. Qin Yun flew over in a flash and ferociously smashed down with his hammer. 9 Sun Divine Hammer transformed into a stream of light and smashed on that youth's body like lightning, bringing along boundless heavenly might power. Bang! That youth's armor is unable to withstand the violent attack of a divine tool, it cracked in a short while. Rumble! Quaking thunder style, falling star style. After 2 hammer strikes, that youth turned into sparks and scattered into the forest along with the air wave. Those 2 youths who are covered by heaven and earth devil sealing goblet have seen the whole thing and their courage has been broken. What caused them to be most alarmed is that they recognized the thing that covered them. It is Zhang Rong's lost heaven and earth devil sealing goblet. Everyone knows that Zhang Rong gave the universe devil sealing goblet to Zhang Yunping. Zhang Yunping is dead and the heaven and earth devil sealing goblet is now in Qin Yun's hands. This means that Zhang Yunping's death is related to Qin Yun and Yi Yaoshu. You killed a sect disciple and even stole the heaven and earth devil sealing goblet. You are done for. 1 youth loudly shouted. Qin Yun walked over, placed his hand on the heaven and earth devil sealing goblet and said with smile, "You can go to hell and play with eggs." After Qin Yun poured energy into the heaven and earth devil sealing goblet, lightning began to shoot out from inside. Those 2 youths screamed miserably after being struck by lightning. Not long after, they were tortured to the point where they are on the verge of death. Qin Yun stored the heaven and earth devil sealing goblet, then coldly groaned, took out 2 Dao cores and martial spirits, and then killed those 2 youths. After he concealed himself, he rushed towards Yi Yaoshua. What caused him to be amazed is that Yi Yaoshua actually managed to kill a peak martial emperor. Now Yi Yaoshua is still fighting with Kong Chatsi. Yi Yaoshua, you killed a sect disciple, you are dead meat. Kong Chatsi furiously roared. Killed sect disciple? You must have done this kind of thing many times, yet you are still alive until now. Naturally, you will die very soon. Yi Yaoshua's saber chopped very quickly, creating red saber images that illuminated a large part of the night sky. Swift and fierce red saber energy tyrannically attacked all around. Wherever it hit, a burst of explosion occurred. It is filled with destructive power. Kong Chatsi is very strenuous to block Yi Yaoshua's quick saber attack. Because every time Yi Yaoshua's saber chopped down, it will create layer after layer of saber images. He brought out a large number of overlapping saber shadows. Those red saber shadows would explode. Yi Yaoshua is not affected by those explosions, but Kong Chatsi's whole body is in pain from the explosions. Furthermore, when his two pitchforks collided with Yi Yaoshua's saber, they suffered a very strong explosion, causing him to be suppressed in a short while. Yi Yaoshua, you are dead meat. Just wait for me. Kong Chotzi roared. He finished speaking and threw the two pitchforks. They brought along two blue light beams and shot towards Yi Yaoshua like lightning. Yi Yaoshua hastily dodged. Just as she dodged, Kong Chotzi very quickly fled and flew in the sky. Qin Yun took out the Lion King cannon and fired 2 shots at Kong Chotzi. Those 2 Dao cores belonged to those 2 youths. Boom boom. 2 loud explosions came from the sky and Kong Chotzi was hit head-on. Intense light burst out in the sky and a large amount of flame fell down. Yi Yaoshua also promptly rushed into the flame rain and killed Kong Chotzi with a few saber attacks. Then she took out the Dao cores. We are leaving. Yi Yaoshua flew towards Qin Yun and brought him away. Yi Yaoshua and Qin Yun have consumed a lot of energy. After leaving the battlefield, they hid inside a large mountain to recuperate. Are you alright? How can you be so heavily injured? Yi Yaoshua saw that one of Qin Yun's arms has been split open. She can see the bones flickering with light inside and asked with frown. I'm fine. I will be fine very soon. Qin Yun's arm is so heavily injured because the power he erupted with in a flash was too strong. Originally he was fine, but when he released his power, it was not able to smoothly enter the 9-Sun Divine Hammer. It caused a portion of the power to bounce back. Moreover, he continued to hammer several times, causing his arm to split open. The situation was very urgent. He could only endure the injury and attack. Xiao Yun, there is a problem with the 9-Sun Divine Hammer. It was not like this before. Previously, no matter what happened, I could pour my strongest power into it, but now it is not smooth. What is going on? Qin Yun is very puzzled. Kong Chotzi is the chief disciple of Wind Riding Pagoda. He is ranked 8th on the Martial Emperor ranking. Now he is dead. He was courting death. Yi Yaoshua looked at Qin Yun, who was in a daze, and asked again, Are you really alright? I am fine. Qin Yun shook his head. I used too much power and my arm broke. How can the power inside your body be so strong? Even your super immortal body is unable to endure it, Yi Yaoshua said with frown. Suddenly, the large mountain they are on started shaking violently. It is collapsing, we should quickly get out. Qin Yun yelled, then pulled Yi Yaoshua and used mysterious penetration divine ability to fly out. Just as they left, they heard a heavy roar coming from the distance. Chapter 987. Reveal the secret on the spot Ghost Beast Overlord? Qin Yun is suddenly very curious. He wants to see what the Ghost Beast Overlord is like. He once killed a Devil Star Overlord. Although it is still in the process of transforming, it is still a very strong thing. Let's go back to 100 Pagoda Sect. We can't stay here anymore. Yi Yaoshua said. Why? Is that Devil Star Overlord very strong? Qin Yun is somewhat reluctant. He still wants to kill a few top-quality Ghost Beast Emperors here. Very strong. We should go back first. Yi Yaoshua nodded. A large group of Ghost Beasts below are rushing towards the Ghost Beast remote lake. This caused Qin Yun to be secretly alarmed. Apparently, a powerful Ghost Beast Overlord had appeared at the Ghost Beast remote lake, which was why it could summon so many Ghost Beasts. Qin Yun and Yi Yaoshua saw a large number of Ghost Beasts rushing towards the Ghost Beast remote lake in an orderly manner, and they dispelled the thought of killing Ghost Beast Emperors. Those Ghost Beast Emperors might have already rushed towards the Ghost Beast remote lake. If a large number of Ghost Beasts gathered at the Ghost Beast remote lake, he would be courting death if he went there. The two of them are flying in the sky, returning to 100 Pagoda Sect. Senior sister, how do you know about the Ghost Beast Overlord? Qin Yun asked curiously. I read it from an ancient book. Yi Yaoshua is also thinking about something and looking ahead. It seems like Ghost Beast Overlord came out of Ghost Beast Remote Lake a long time ago. Qin Yun said with smile. Ghost Beast Remote Lake is truly mysterious. Indeed, back then many powerful pagoda masters of 100 Pagoda sect joined hands to repel a large group of ghost beasts. When they returned to 100 Pagoda sect, they saw many people flying towards Ghost Beast Remote Lake. Many people don't know the situation of the Ghost Beast Remote Lake. They are excitedly rushing over. But in the end, they will be surrounded and attacked by a large group of powerful Ghost Beast Emperors and eaten. There are many disciples of 100 Pagoda sect among them. Qin Yun and Yi Yaoshua finally returned to Star Traveling Pagoda. As soon as they returned, they saw Granny Star, Lan Chun and a group of old senior brothers in the lobby of Star Traveling Pagoda's first floor. Granny Star and others are very worried about Qin Yun and Yi Yaoshua. They can only wait here anxiously. Now that they have returned, they can finally relax. I knew you wouldn't die. Those bastards from First Pagoda only know how to talk nonsense. Granny Star is very happy. She kindly smiled and pulled Qin Yun and Yi Yaoshua's hands. Granny Star, is the competition still continuing? Yi Yaoshua asked. First Pagoda's competition? Because now many disciples are going to capture Ghost Beast Emperors. Did you know Old Feitian and City Master Murong are buying Ghost Beast Emperors? First Pagoda has also dispatched many disciples to hunt Ghost Beast Emperors. Granny Star said. Qin Yun and Yi Yaoshua looked at each other in dismay, feeling very amazed. They did not expect Old Feitian and City Master Murong to know the secret of Ghost Beast Emperors. Lan Chen said, You just came out from inside, how was the situation inside? Yi Yaoshua said with grave expression, It is very bad, it is best not to go in first. The legendary Ghost Beast Overlord might appear. After Granny Star heard this, his expression changed. Ghost Beast Overlord? This is troublesome. That thing is very dreadful. Back then many of our 100 Pagoda sect's experts joined hands and only managed to beat it back to Ghost Beast Remote Lake. It seems like it is true. Yi Yaoshua said. Rest assured, our Star Traveling Pagoda will not get involved in this matter. First Pagoda will handle it. After so many years, First Pagoda's strength has grown a lot. They will surely have a way to deal with the Ghost Beast Overlord. Granny Star said. Lan Chen said. Junior brother Qin, Xie Wufeng and Murong Tianjia came here earlier. They asked me to tell you that as soon as you return, you must immediately go to Murong Manor. They are now in Murong Manor. All right, I will rest for a while, then I will go. Qin Yun nodded. I will also go. Yi Yaoshua said. They feel that City Master Murong must know something. It must be known that back when City Master Murong was the Pagoda Master of 100 Pagoda sect, he had some conflict with Yang Chongtian. Especially Yi Yaoshua, she wants to expose Yang Chongtian. If she goes through City Master Murong, it will be even more convincing. After Qin Yun and Yi Yaoshua rested in Star Traveling Pagoda, they set off for 100 Pagoda City's Murong Manor at dawn. Since Qin Yun saved Murong Yue, he is an honored guest of Murong Manor. Therefore, he easily entered the Murong Manor's gate. What a familiar aura! Yang Chongtian is actually here. Qin Yun said with frown, What is he doing here? There is also that bastard Zhang Rong. Yi Yaoshua lightly groaned and said, Those two bastards, they must be up to something again. He must be up to something again. Qin Yun is actually not worried because he can sense Old Feitian's aura. Qingyu is also here. With so many experts here, Yang Chongtian and Zhang Rong won't dare to act recklessly. Yi Yaoshua said. They should not know what is happening inside the Ghost Beast Remote Lake. If they knew, they would not be able to sit still. After Qin Yun and Yi Yaoshua entered Murong Manor, a butler led them to City Master Murong. In a wide square, there were many people gathered here. As soon as Qin Yun and Yi Yaoshua arrived, they sensed very strong Ghost Beast Emperor aura. The butler said in low voice, They are slaughtering ghost beast emperors. Yi Yaoshua asked. I heard your city master is buying ghost beast emperors. What is the price? The butler said, I don't know the price. In short, those who have ghost beast emperor corpses will be discussed in private. The price will not be leaked. Qin Yun asked, Yang Chongtian and Zhang Rong are also here. What are they doing here? The butler is somewhat angry and said, because city master is buying ghost beast emperor corpses, it has affected Yang Chongtian. So Yang Chongtian and Zhang Rong came here to stop city master from buying. Who do they think they are? What right do they have to interfere with city master? Not long after, Qin Yun and Yi Yaoshua entered the crowd. City master Murong doesn't know that they have arrived. Since Yang Chongtian and Yi Yaoshua are here, Qin Yun and Yi Yaoshua are hiding. They are only watching from the side. At the center of the plaza, there are indeed people slaughtering ghost beast emperors. The ground is full of reeking black blood. Yang Chongtian and Zhang Rong are standing at the side, looking at city master Murong, who is holding a large saber and dissecting ghost beast emperors. Old Feitian is also helping from the side. Xie Wufeng, Murong Tianjia, Murong Yue, as well as a group of Murong family's young disciples are also watching from the side. Yi Yaoshua sent sound transmission to Qin Yun. First Pagoda's Fang Zhijin is also here. He is the first rank of martial emperor ranking. Qin Yun also saw a handsome man with cold and detached expression standing beside Yang Chongtian. He is wearing luxurious golden clothes. His hands are crossed in front of his chest. He is holding a sword. His expression is filled with impatience. He is looking at city master Murong dissecting ghost beast emperors. Very soon city master Murong took out a black essence stone from the head of a ghost beast emperor. Everyone, this is the secret of ghost beast emperors. Although I don't know what is inside, it must be very valuable. City master Murong raised the black essence stone and said, Yang Chongtian knows what is inside, but he concealed it from everyone for many years. He deceived First Pagoda's disciples and made them risk their lives to kill ghost beast emperors. This kind of pagoda master is very sinister. Yang Chongtian said in cold voice, City master Murong, don't slander me. You and old Feitian maliciously raised the price of ghost beast emperors and affected our First Pagoda's ability to obtain beast horns. I came here today to reason with you, to make you give up on buying ghost beast emperors. I really did not expect you to slander me. Old Feitian laughed loudly and said, Who doesn't know that your First Pagoda has many small teams in charge of killing ghost beast emperors? You never lacked ghost beast emperors, yet you are willing to spend 300 million purple crystal coins to buy them. Don't tell me it is all for a single beast horn? Zhang Rong said, We are not only here for the beast horn, we also have another objective. The main objective is to research the origin of ghost beast emperors, as well as the reason why they are formed. City Master Murong, if you can't prove that I am deceiving disciples, I won't be polite. Yang Chongtian said with gloomy expression. Alright, how about you sell me all the black essence stones? 100 million each. I will buy them all. City Master Murong said with sneer. I don't want the beast horn, I also don't want the ghost beast emperor's corpse, I only want the hard essence stones. Old Feitian yelled. You must know what is inside the essence stones. If you don't want to sell, it means that you are hiding the secret inside the essence stones. Zhang Rong furiously said, Don't cause trouble without reason. Essence stones are the main material for our research on ghost beast emperors. Why should we sell them to you? City Master Murong chuckled. We also want to research ghost beast emperors. We are buying them at a high price. What is wrong with that? The highest bidder wins. You don't want to pay a high price. You want to buy ghost beast emperors. Keep dreaming. Qin Yun thought that City Master Murong and Old Feitian knew the secret of ghost beast emperors. He really did not expect that they also don't know. However, buying the ghost beast emperors first is a wise and farsighted move. Yang Chongtian furiously said. City Master Morong, you are offering 500 million purple crystal coins to buy a ghost beast emperor's corpse. This is completely inconsistent with the price of a ghost beast emperor. The reason why you are maliciously raising the price is to deliberately make things difficult for me and make the disciples suspect me. Yang Chongtian and Zhang Rong also know that City Master Morong and Old Feitian can't take out the Regent Origin stones from the Essence stones, so they dare to speak loudly. Zhang Rong said with sneer, You are deliberately making things difficult for our first pagoda. You are making us your enemy, especially City Master Morong, as the City Master of 100 Pagoda City. You are making the Sect Master of 100 Pagoda Sect your enemy. You are defying your superiors. Old Feitian, City Master Morong, listen up. Our first pagoda is buying Ghost Beast Emperors to research the origin of Ghost Beast Emperors. We are doing this for the sake of 100 Pagoda Sect. If you continue to obstruct us, we will take action. Yang Chongtian loudly yelled. His entire body is filled with killing intent. Qin Yun suddenly walked out and loudly said, City Master Morong, buying Ghost Beast Emperor's corpse for 500 million purple crystal coins is a sure profit. Because there are Regent Origin stones inside Ghost Beast Emperor's Essence stones. What? This caused everyone present to cry out in alarm. It's you, you bastard! You are actually still alive! Yang Chongtian coldly shouted. He looked at Qin Yun, whose face is filled with smile, and cannot help but become very angry. He is also very shocked in his heart because someone else actually knows the secret of Ghost Beast Emperors. City Master Morong immediately laughed loudly and yelled, Yang Chongtian, did you hear? There are Regent Origin stones inside Ghost Beast Emperors. You bastard, you swindled First Pagoda's disciples. You're tuning in to the Phoenix Knights YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.